The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Today's practice had a lot. Injuries, broken plays, penalties. We get the latest from someone who was there. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
We sitting in here, we excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Let's go!
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show, show number 2 on the day. If you're new around here, we are live at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, live for 3 hours after every Jets game. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all the new Asmaniacs who are part of our show. We got a lot to talk about. As always, we are presented by PrizePicks, and I want to announce our brand new merch line is out. The Pain hats and the Pain t-shirts are live at jakeasman.com/shop. If you want one, go to the website. First come, first serve. We made about 100 of each. And again, if you are a Patreon member, use that discount code for 25% off either the hat or the shirt or any item in my store. Right now, we say hello to a reporter/analyst who was at One Jets Drive earlier today. It is not Robbie Sabo who's feeling under the weather. In fact, everyone go wish Robbie, best wishes and hope he feels better. He went to urgent care today. So stepping up to the plate and filling in for Robbie is Connor Long of JetX. Hello, Connor.
Jake, thank you so much for having me. Shout out to all the Asmaniacs. Yeah, I was looking forward to actually seeing Robbie out in his in Florham Park where he actually resides. But unfortunately, we could not link up. He was feeling under the weather, so best wishes to Mr. Sabo.
Watching David Bailey just dominate training camp, it finally got to him.
Yeah.
He got too sick, and he had to go to urgent care.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe I heard reports that he was sticking into the Quest Diagnostics Training Center to watch some Arvell Reese today in the joint practice. I don't know. Is he really sick? We'll figure that out soon, Jake.
Is Breece Hall really hurt, Connor? You were there. Describe the play as someone who got an eyewitness report on Breece going down. It's first reported as a non-contact injury, and we're all thinking the worst. Mm-hmm. You're there. Take us through what you saw with Breece Hall.
Yeah, so normal 11 on 11s. The Jets are past the 50-yard line, working towards scoring a touchdown. Geno dumps the ball off to Breece, a nice little catch and run there, and then he just collapses, goes to the ground, wincing in pain. Just the sideline of reporters, really everyone in general. Of course, the mind goes to the worst when it's the Jets, when it's Breece Hall, a star running back who was just given a lucrative extension earlier on this offseason. So the good news is it's a groin. It's something that shouldn't hinder him long term. He should be back out there soon. I don't know if we see him for the remainder of the preseason, but at the very least, it doesn't go Achilles or anything of that nature. It's a groin issue that Aaron Glenn, as he told us following practice, there's going to be further imaging done on that and further evaluation on Hall. So a scary sight at first, just because it was a non-contact injury after a catch and run, but he kind of stayed on the ground for a little bit. Training staff helped him up, walked under his own power while he was still in pain, went under one of the tents, kind of assessed him a little bit. Then we didn't see much more Breece Hall for the rest of the day out on the field.
So Aaron Glenn said afterwards, they don't think it's serious, but he's going to get imaging. With respect to Aaron Glenn, he's not a doctor. So let's see what the imaging reveals. The good news for the Jets is that it's still about 4 weeks away, almost a little less than that, before their first game. So if it's a minor situation here with the strained groin, he should be ready to roll for September 13th against the Titans. That said, not ideal. I doubt we see Breece Hall in any of the final 2 preseason games.
I mean, why would you rush him back, right, Jake? Like, this is someone who's a prized possession, and I understand the Jets are trying to get their starters in action and work them back in. But I think right now, at least the hope within the Jets building is to try to get him ready for week one, make sure he is ready to start the season when it actually matters, when wins and losses are counted. So, look, I was intrigued to see what Brees looked like throughout the summer, post extension, see how they kind of worked him into the offense with Frank Reich. I know we saw a lot of Braylon Allen on Friday night against the Giants. Now, though, it's really up to the depth options in this RB room, some of which, in my eyes at least, flashed today. So we can talk about that a little later on. But I was just overall pleased with what I saw from the running back room and guys that stepped up behind Brees Hall today.
Break down some of these other injuries. Unfortunately, I saw that our guy Mo Bamba, he's going to miss potentially a couple of weeks. What happened there?
Yeah, so practice starts. The way the Jets have it set up is that all the guys are stretching, kind of warming up on the main field. They kind of split offense, defense to begin. They come together. Then there's like a little rehab area in the corner. Maury Bamba was one of the players in that rehab area. Quantez Stiggers, who passed out, I believe it was, during the joint practice. So an initial scare there, but he's going to be okay. He was among others in that group. So yeah, it seems to be a knee issue. I don't know when it was sustained, right, Jake? Because we know he went into the tent during the game, but that wasn't, at least to what I remember, a knee issue. It was more so a concussion protocol type thing. So we don't know when this happened to Maury Bamba. Aaron Glenn didn't provide necessarily further detail regarding when it occurred. I look at this as a situation, though, Jake, where Maury Bamba could be one of the two guys the Jets keep on short-term IR to begin the season. So they keep him under team control. They don't have to make a decision until week 4, I believe it is. So he doesn't count towards the 53-man roster, but you still have him under control, and you don't risk losing him for nothing, frankly, on cut down day or around then with the waiver wire. So with this injury expected to miss the remainder of the preseason, I feel like that is the route, if I had to make a prediction, the Jets are going to take with Maury Bamba.
And then the other injury is not an injury, it's an illness. Garrett Wilson was puking his guts out, apparently. So hopefully he feels better. I mean, Garrett feels how many Jet fans have felt watching this team the last 15 years, but that's why Garrett wasn't there. And it sounds like it was a veteran rest day for both Demario Davis and for Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like for Demario. Minka, those guys had vet rest days. We didn't see them initially in the drills. Minka could have been out there, but I didn't see him. Demario, I saw he came out later towards practice in his jersey holding his helmet. So all good on that front. That's the positive element of it. And then Kenyon Sadiq had been out there these past few practices, wasn't participating today though, but as I noted, out holding his helmet in his uniform, kind of watching the 11-on-11 period as everything unfolded. So at least a step in the right direction for Sadiq on that front.
If you want positive news, you saw T'Vondre Sweat starting to ramp up. He's been taken off the non-football injury list. What did you see from big number 99? You certainly can't miss him.
Yeah, no, he didn't particularly stand out in team drills, as Glenn told us following practice today. He's going to be on a quote-unquote pitch count as he continues to work his way back. Look, Sweat is, I think, the guy everyone should be watching for the remainder of the preseason if we see him there, the remainder of training camp. We all know guys of that stature, these big-bodied players, like Sweat, who's listed 6'4", 366 pounds, if their weight can get a little out of control, and there had been some reports that T'Vondre's weight climbed near 400 pounds with the Titans. If things get out of control on that front, they become hard to play. They're more subject to injuries, which then take longer to recover from. I mean, Jets fans all know what happened with Mekhi Becton, of course, and the disaster that unfolded there. So this is a prime opportunity for Sweat to kind of work his way back to action, ramp up, get conditioned, get ready to go for week 1, which is not only an integral game for this franchise, as well documented by your opinion, Jake, but also for himself as he returns to play the team that drafted him, the Tennessee Titans.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. We're talking with Connor Long, who was at Jets camp today. What actually stood out on the field, Connor? Geno Smith was out there, but I saw Rich Cimini tweet out that he looked a little gingerly, or was walking a little gingerly, limping a little bit when he was out there dealing with this ankle. I know he was wearing the compression sleeve on the leg. What did you see from the Jets QB1?
Yeah, so Geno came out. The first thing we kind of noticed is he had a sleeve on his lower left leg. Nothing in particular that really stood out to me. A couple nice balls here or there. I thought Mason Taylor made a nice play. Geno found him open right near the goal line. tossed it in his direction. Taylor held on through a push from a defender right behind. So I thought that was a nice little rep there. Nothing in particular, to be honest with you. There was no star of the day or someone who really stole the show, like a David Bailey 3-sack performance or a monster day from Gino. I thought Klubnik looked good. I thought he looked poised. We saw him scramble and do some stuff with his legs a few times. So I just found that interesting, him kind of evading pressure and adding that element to the game. I think is going to be important for him on top of his gunslinging ability and utilizing his arm downfield, which is obviously important, played a huge role in his success at Clemson 2 years ago. I thought the running back depth stuck out to me, as I briefly mentioned there earlier on, Jake. Sam Scott, someone undrafted out of undrafted out of Wyoming, didn't particularly stand out in the preseason game. He kind of went a little unnoticed. Number 25, I mean, I look up and he was making nice run after nice run. Braylon Allen ripped off a few nice ones, but with guys like Chip Trynum and Sam Scott, the running back room's so competitive, having 4 locks there. They're not going to carry a 5th. That would be utterly ridiculous if they did. So I think those 2 guys are competing for practice squad spots, but hey, it's always good to see some of these UDFAs step up, and maybe if you need Sam Scott to come on your active roster for 2 games, he could be the RB4.
Oh, God, Sam Scott having to play main games for the Jets. That is not what you want to hear. Hit the like button if you're just joining us. Connor Long from JetX is our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Frank P., who says, I just received the Chad Pennington helmet, Jake. Thank you, Frank P., a frequent contributor to the program, has won a bunch of prizes, including the other day, a signed Chad Pennington helmet. Frank, you're the man. Congrats to you. Give him a round of applause, baby. Yeah. What we're playing for today, ladies and gentlemen, up for grabs on our program is a guy that Kevin Mawai knew very well. Or excuse me, it's a guy that Chad Pennington knew very well. I already blew it. Damn it. It is by Kevin Mawai. Kevin Mawai signed helmet. If we get 20 people to enter by the end of the stream, we will raffle this up at the end here for a bunch of Jet fans. And speaking of Chad Pennington, we have a full-size Chad Pennington as our top prize in Sunday's weekly Asmaniac raffle. Prize 2 is a signed Darrelle Revis football. And prize 3, just added this before the show today, a signed Ken O'Brien signed helmet is our third and final prize. Big shout out to Ozzy Fullers. Ozzy, you are now in the raffle for 1. Good job. And we got this from Just End the Suffering, who gifted a membership. He is in the raffle for 1 as Good well. Strong start with the membership, so appreciate everyone who's tuned in. Bill M says, Jake, go get BT off the ledge. He thinks Brees will miss the first 2 regular season games at least. I'm going to withhold judgment on Brees Hall's status until we get the official diagnosis from the imaging. Glenn could say they don't think it's serious. He's not a doctor, so time will tell. He said the Pons injury wasn't that serious either. He's yet to practice coming off this calf injury he suffered. So I just want to see Brees back practicing before I say one way or another he's going to play week 1 or not. I do think he'll be out there, but so I won't go as crazy as BT if Brandon thinks he's going to miss the first 2 weeks. I don't know what that's based on. I didn't see a show today, but I'm not going to jump off the ledge. I'm also not going to say Brees is fine until we get actual medical diagnosis on this groin.
I think that's the right way to look at it, right? And I mean, things flare up, right? And it's not AG's fault, right? Like, he's just telling the media what he is hearing, what he's getting at that time. But like, look at the Kenyon Sadiq situation, for example, right? Jake, earlier on in the offseason, the spring, it was told, okay, this is a procedure that's going to be done just to get ahead of it, be cautious. And then he had a rest day or something of that nature. And then we find out the next day that there was a setback, and they're quote unquote confident he will be ready for week 1. So look, especially when you talk about something with a groin that is so important for a running back, just explosiveness, speed, everything of that nature. We don't know what's going to happen. I think the next few days as those go on, we'll have more info once Brees gets that imaging done. But at first glance, at least, you could say the update from AG is promising.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question related to anything from training camp today, write it in, and we will make sure we bring it up on the screen. Obviously, Super Chats will cut the line. I have a report here from Rich Samini breaking down today's events. I'll play it, and Connor, you can confirm or deny if what Rich is saying here actually occurred.
Some big injury news on Monday. Hey, everybody, it's Rich here at the Jets in Florham Park. The Jets resumed training camp on Monday, and unfortunately, Brees Hall goes down with a strained groin. That's what the Jets are calling it. I was actually not far away from where it happened. He was running with the ball toward the end zone on a kind of a swing pass, and he just went down untouched on the grass, reached immediately for his right upper leg, so we kind of had a sense it was going to be a groin injury. That's what they're calling it. He's going to go for MRI testing. Aaron Glenn, not too alarmed. He says it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. Of course, with these things, you just never know until you get the MRI results. So the Jets are going to keep their fingers crossed on that one. And other injury news, Garrett Wilson was not at practice today. Not an injury. He was sick, so nothing to be worried about there. And Geno Smith did practice. Now, of course, he did not play on Friday night. He was held out as a precaution, but he is definitely limping a little bit on that left ankle. He had a sleeve on his lower left leg. Watched him very closely in practice, and you could see he was favoring it a little bit, but he powered through the practice. He did not miss any reps. And so a lot of injury news. On the positive side, T'Vondre Sweat and Joseph Asai back at practice for the first time. So that was encouraging. But again, the big story of the day is Breece Hall, and he has a strained groin. I doubt you will see him in the preseason. I think everything now will be geared toward getting him ready for week 1.
So that's how Rich did it. How did Connor Long see it? Well, in addition to Connor being on the show right now, we have this.
Following Friday night's preseason opener, the New York Jets return to the training camp practice field today, Monday. Main storyline today isn't particularly anything noteworthy that happened play-wise. It's more so on the injury front. A legitimate scare with running back Breece Hall goes down untouched after receiving a pass from Geno Smith in the passing game. The good news, though, according to Aaron Glenn, who spoke to us following today's practice, just a groin issue, nothing severe. He'll get imaging on that. That'll be further evaluated. Beyond Breece, Maury Bamba dealing with a knee injury will miss a few weeks following his standout performance on Friday night. As it pertains to things that went down on the field, well, T'Vondre Sweat returned after beginning the summer on the non-football injury list. We'll monitor what happens with him as things ramp up these next few weeks and he gets ready to return to game shape. Right out here, One Jets Drive in Florham Park. I'm Connor Long for Jets X Factor.
Well done, Connor. That's a pro right there.
Thank you.
My only piece of advice is you're tall. I've met you in person. You're a big kid already. You got to get that camera a little closer to you so it looks like you're as tall as you are in person.
I was thinking the same. I looked like a dwarf or whatever we call it nowadays in that picture, the video rather there. Yeah, I'm 6 foot for those who didn't know. So yeah.
You wouldn't know based on that video.
You would not. No, definitely not.
By the way, I played you guys the Samini cut. Next episode of the Jets Collective is going to be tomorrow. We wanted to squeeze in an episode after the Bucs game to get our thoughts on that, and we'll look ahead to the Steelers game on Friday night. Tomorrow at 6 Eastern, the next episode of the Jets Collective. And while I have everyone here talking about programming, only one live Jake Asman show tomorrow. It will be in the afternoon around 4 with Joe Blowett. I am in for Chris Carlin tomorrow. Got 3 hours of radio from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. So bring over the YouTube chat that's normally on my channel to the ESPN New York YouTube channel, and we'll hang out from 10 to 1. We'll do a show on my channel at 4 and the Collective at 6. So radio tomorrow for those of you who are going to be looking for a show. Where is it? Well, it's going to be on radio tomorrow from 10 to 1. So make sure you call in on ESPN New York. Shout out to Ted, who did call in to my weekend show, which I appreciate, Ted. Hopefully you can call in again tomorrow. It's a huge help when you guys call in and give us some good topics to discuss on the air. Paul O'Brien writes in, don't trust Glenn if he told me good morning. I'd go straight to bed. Connor, do you trust Glenn if he told you good morning?
I would. I think he's gotten a lot better with the media. So, yes, I would trust him. This year, at least. Now, I don't know about last year, but this year, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the latest with the Jets from the game now this past Friday night. Connor, you've had time to review it. You've had time to now digest it fully.
Yes.
What is the biggest takeaway from Jets Bucs Friday night?
My biggest takeaway is that the Jets QB2 for week 1 will either be Cade Klubnik or someone who is not on the team, Jake. That is safe to say. I thought Klubnik looked very solid in his minimal reps. As you and I have both amplified, it was puzzling as to why he came out of the game as early as he did. It would have been much smarter to give him a longer leash and give him more opportunities to show what he has to open the preseason. Brady Cook, we know he's not a quarterback too. We saw him start 4 games last year. It's not pretty. We know that he's not a QB2 in the league. I understand wanting to get a look at Bailey Zappi because Zappy has been okay at points in his career. Like, is he able to rise to the occasion and be an okay backup for you? We saw real quickly that that's probably not the case with the 2 interceptions, albeit one of them came off an Arian Smith drop, although the pick six was completely inexcusable to begin his day. So I don't think Zappy's going to be the QB2. We know it's not going to be Cook. The Jets hope that Klubnik can rise to the occasion, kind of seal the deal these next 2 preseason games. But if not, I presume that they're going to look to add some veteran, or an Andy Dalton, a Mason Rudolph, someone of that nature on the veteran market who maybe gets cut loose.
Cade Klubnik has this job wrapped up. It's so obvious.
You think they're just going to hand it to him right now? Like,
I do. Because if you're only going to give
you
him
and
7
Samini,
reps,
man,
it's his job now. Like he gets every rep in practice. He gets all the reps out there with the twos. The second that Geno goes down, it's Cade being bumped up. He passed his first opportunity on 1 day's notice, which I thought was impressive.
Sure.
I think it's his job.
I think that they want it to be his job. I think they're doing that to get the best look at him, right? Like, they want to have a lot of points to evaluate him with. And now the fact that he only played 15 plays and had 7 attempts on
that tells
Friday
me it's
night.
his job, because if they weren't sure, you'd let him go out there.
Yeah, but then if that really is their thought process, I question how they got there, right? Because, I mean, there's the only training camp practice I've been to, but just following along, hearing what other reporters have to say, it's been up and down for Cade Klubnik at training camp. Like, the flashes have popped. There's no doubt about it. That's the type of QB he is. When he makes big plays, they're going to get note and respect from everyone who sees it. But like, the consistency hasn't been there for him throughout practice. I thought he looked good to open the preseason, but 15 plays and 7 attempts certainly isn't enough for me to evaluate him.
It's not enough. I'm just telling you, they have already basically determined Cade Klubnik is going to be their backup quarterback. Like,
I have questions about that process if that is the case, and the way they came to it is through training camp and those level of reps, because it's not like he's even has taken training camp by storm and been the star day in and day out. I mean, you could be right, but I question that process as to how are they doing that because they traded up for him and used a 4th round pick there. And it's just, the good news is that, I mean, injuries could happen at any point throughout the summer, any point throughout the season. Look at Aaron Rodgers, what happened back in 2023. The good news, though, is Geno hasn't been someone who historically gets injured, has an ankle sprain, and misses 4 or 5 games at a time. So that's the good news. But hey, man, I have my questions and my qualms if that's the process. My word to Aaron Glenn, though, is you better have Cade Klubnik ready to be 1 play away from starting if that's how you get there, because, I mean, that's really what a backup quarterback is in the NFL nowadays.
I don't necessarily love the process either, because I wanted Cade Klubnik to play the entire first half the other night. I'm just telling you, there's just no way it's going to be Bailey Zappi or Brady Cook. Maybe they could add someone off another roster, but even if you do that, right? Oh, Andy Dalton gets cut at the end of August here. Andy Dalton's not going to be ready to be your backup quarterback in time.
He doesn't need those training camp reps, though, Jake. Like, he's been in the league forever.
He still needs to learn the offense, even if it's
he played under Reich.
Right, but it's not just like, oh, he's a Jet and boom, he's ready to go. Like, Trevor Siemian had experience with Nate Hackett a couple of years ago, but it still took Siemian a couple games to be the backup
that
quarterback.
Was an in-season addition, though. But
that's what Andy Dalton would be if you signed him in late August.
You'd have that week to really nail down the system following the preseason.
Also, Frank Reich doesn't use a ton of motion, everyone says. Well, he's used a ton of motion this summer, so they are obviously updating some principles of his offense. So it's not the exact same thing that Dalton ran in Carolina.
And it's been modernized, which is promising, right? I think the Sadiq pick tells us that, maybe shifting more to 12 personnel when Sadiq is fully healthy and ready to go on the field. But to be honest, I don't have my concerns with like a veteran, particularly like Dalton, coming in and adapting.
I'd rather Klubnik be the backup for week 1 at this point than Andy Dalton. Like, if you're going to add someone, start adding them now so they could actually compete for the backup. But I think they're
you're not going to trade for him.
Maybe you could. You trade a 7th round pick.
We'll see what they do. But just
do you think Cade Klubnik's their backup week 1?
At this point, probably yes. I don't know if he balls out these final 2 preseason games, I'll probably come around on it.
I think he's only playing in 1 more preseason game too, Connor.
Oh, damn, you're really going all in on this.
I don't think he's going to play in the final preseason game because God forbid he gets hurt. Then you're down to Zappi or you're down to Brady Cook. If you remember last year, Justin Fields didn't play in the last preseason game, and I think Tyrod was hurt at the time, so he didn't either. I think we're only going to see Klubnik for one more game this Saturday or this Friday night against the Steelers, which I don't agree with, by the way. I want Klubnik to get as many reps as possible. I'm just telling you, I think this competition is a sham, and it's already been determined he's their backup.
Okay. It's tough for me to particularly disagree with you. I mean, they traded up for him in the 4th round. They used 2 4th-round picks to go up and get him. They clearly like him. Reich likes him. Reich is, when you have a defensive-minded head coach like Glenn, who was calling the defense, Reich, and AG certainly has a role as every head coach does, but Reich's controlling the offense. He's the adult in the room there. He's playing a big role, at least to my knowledge, in decisions that are being made. And if he liked Klubnik and he played a big role in the decision to go up and land him and trade up to select him, maybe he has a substantial amount of influence on that decision for him to be crowned the QB2 already. So we'll see as things continue to unfold. I want to see more of Klubnik, man. Like, give him the Brady Cook workload of 15 attempts on Friday, and you get over double the amount of plays to analyze him on and more data points to look at and how he progresses. And again, I thought he looked fine. I thought Reich did a good job of giving him the confidence to make some throws into tight windows. The G5 one, Garrett had to adjust his body, but I like the thought process attacking that read there. Both of his drives led to points one way or another. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it unfold, but I just think right now, if that is in fact the Jets process, a little premature.
Why didn't Cade Klubnik play more in the opener? It will never make any sense to anyone with a brain, and that's the problem. The reason why it doesn't make sense is because he needs all the reps, and now you're running out of time to get him said reps, because if you've already determined he's your backup, that means he'll play a little bit on Friday. I don't think we see him in the finale, and if that's the case, that is a huge risk to basically have a guy have, let's say, he goes from 7 pass attempts to 15 against the Steelers on Friday. Is under 30 career pass attempts in the preseason enough to make Cade your QB2? I don't think it is, but I think that's their plan.
I don't think so. It's just, in terms of, I like what I saw with him running with the first team. I don't know if we're going to see that again. We don't know if Geno will play on Friday. If he does, he's going to get first team reps. So we'll see what Cade looks like with the second team. But at the very least, that was kind of a breath of fresh air and something new for us to evaluate him on, seeing him work with the starters, seeing him work with the first team offensive line, G5, Mason, Taylor, distributing the ball, particularly around those two guys. But the whole Glenn idea or notion, at the very least, that he shared with the media, saying he wanted to get a look at all 3 quarterbacks, just, it doesn't add up in my eyes.
You didn't want to see another look of Brady Cook?
I think 4 games was enough for all of us, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Long is my guest. We're going to get to your calls coming up. Also have some super chats we're going to hit. But let's talk about a brand new sponsor, Hexclad. Listen up. I love grilling. You love grilling. It's summer, for crying out loud. And I got some Hexclad barbecue products on the way that I can't wait to start using. I'm excited for the barbecue grill pan because it lets you cook vegetables, seafood, fish, all those smaller foods without losing half your dinner through the grill grates. Hexclad brings its hybrid technology outdoors, combining stainless steel searing power, cast iron durability, and non-stick convenience. You still get that smoky grilled flavor and great sear, but with way less sticking, scraping, and cleanup afterward. And everything is built to make grilling easier, which is exactly what I'm looking for when I fire up the grill this summer. If you're grilling this summer, upgrade your setup. Go to hexclad.com/Asman and get 10% off your order. That's hexclad.com/Asman for 10% off. Make sure to let them know that the Jake Asman Show sent you. Click the link in the description, and it's right there for you. Shout out to Hexclad for being our brand new sponsor. Super Chats cut the line. Yankee Stadium Chicken Bucket is in the house. Stop calling Week 1 a must-win. You make it seem like the Packers and Lions are juggernauts. I will not stop calling Week 1 a must-win, because unless you live under a rock, Yankee Stadium Chicken Bucket, which, by the way, I consumed plenty of you in my day, it is a gigantic game because they're going to be significant underdogs against both the Packers, the Lions, and the Bears. They're on the road in 3 of their first 4 games. They're underdogs in all 4 of them. They're significant underdogs in 3 of their first 4 games. Getting a win Week 1 means you put to bed the 0-7 narrative from last year, and you start to build some momentum where maybe you can win one of your next 3 before you play the Browns at home and you have a chance to be 3-2. and be this spunky, team that is a lot better than people think at the beginning of the year. That's the whole point. You lose week 1, then all of a sudden, if you go into MetLife and lose, you're 0-2, having to go on the road against the Lions and the Bears, you're going to be a 7-point underdog at least against each of those teams. That's why I believe it's a must-win.
And I agree with you. I think I'm actually among those first 4 games. The best shot that the Jets have at winning any of those is week 1 and 2. And 2-0 start would be instrumental, and that would boost things up as you head into week 3 and week 4 and so on and so forth before things really start opening up with that slate of like the Browns, the Raiders, and the Dolphins in 3 of 4. So getting off to a hot start is so important, Jake, right? Because if the Jets go 0-4, does Aaron Glenn still have a job? We don't know that. Is Frank Reich the head coach? We don't know that. So I think getting off to a hot start, starting strong, going in and beating Tennessee in my eyes is a non-negotiable. Like if you lose that game, it's going to be tough to come up with an excuse or a way to justify. I think if you lose week 1, Jake, there is a large portion of the fan base that just then and there, after a 3-win season that was so bad, and there has been bad Jets football the past 15 years, don't get me wrong, but after a 3-14 year that was so bad where they were just so uncompetitive down the stretch, and Glenn was getting combative with the media and refusing to bench Justin Fields at first, I think there is a strong portion of this fan base that is barely holding on, and losing week 1 to Robert Saleh, and even worse, doing it potentially in embarrassing fashion, it would be tough to have any morale or hope around this team entering week 2 against a good Packers squad.
I love this comment from Spencer Green, because this is the problem with the bootlickers out there. Yankees, just let them go. They lather in negativity daily. They want to be miserable. Let them. What are you talking about, dude? It's called being a realist. It's called talking about this team objectively. If they lose week 1, would any Jet fan be confident they're not staring at 0-4 right in the face? That's just the reality. You can't start 0-7 last year and then lose to Robert Saleh, who Woody Johnson fired to replace him with Aaron Glenn, and then you lose to him in that first game. You can't do it. You could tell me it doesn't matter. Okay, then you know what? If they win week 2, then all is well. But I don't have confidence in them winning week 2 if they lose week 1. That's how I view it. Again, I hope I'm wrong. If they got to be 1-1. You tell me they're 1-1. All right, I'll deal with it. I prefer they win week 1 because I'm going, and everyone making the trip deserves to see a win. But okay, if you tell me they're 1-1, no harm, no foul. They start 0-2, which I think is likely if they lose week 1, and then you're going on the road for your next 2. Why would anyone expect them to not be 0-4 before they play the Browns?
I agree. I think you look at a team like the Jets and kind of just the way the roster is structured, the pressure of the coaching staff, they're going to operate in spurts. Like if you win week 1, that also increases your chances of stealing one of those next 3 games and getting off to the right track. And as you mentioned earlier on, being in a position to come away with that Browns game and you're 3-2 somehow, and you're alive and you're in the hunt graphic in November, and you're not waving the white flag by Columbus Day weekend, unlike last year. So I think getting off to a hot start, and most importantly, just capitalizing on that and riding that momentum. And I think that's the benefit of having a veteran quarterback who has been a part of multiple different situations, and an offensive play caller who has been around the block and has had coaching experience. I mean, I have my questions about Frank Reich. The one thing that you can't say is that he hasn't dealt with adversity or coming back from things in season. He won a Super Bowl as a non-play calling OC. I just think having these experienced guys is really going to help them navigate through the rough patches and limit that and capitalize and get off to an early start. You also look at the young guys that they drafted, having 8 rookies. These guys don't know what it's like to lose. Garrett, Brees, the same thing for them when they came into the league. These guys do not want to lose. Unfortunately for the rookies, I mean, they may have to get used to it with the trajectory that this franchise, in my eyes, is currently headed. But I think the leadership is there. I just think the way the roster is structured is way different. The stakes are entirely different this year, the schedule, everything. But if the Jets don't get off to a strong start and Muji's additions don't pan out right away, you're going to have your questions. And okay, is this really the guy, or are we rolling with this? Just get off to a hot start, eliminate, or at the very least, push the can down the road on any questions surrounding the organization's future, their power structure, everything.
Super chat from Just End the Suffering. I will answer your email, Just End the Suffering. He's got something he wants to donate for L5 to light on fire the Jet home opener. So stay tuned on that. And he wants it on the raffle. So guess what? Just End the Suffering. Your $20 super chat gives you 4 raffle tickets for a signed Kevin Mawai helmet, baby. Love it. Comments, questions, your super chats. Always cut the line. We got this one from the Doc. Doc Jet fan says, if you're willing to stake your job as a head coach on a 4th-round rookie QB, if your 35-year-old QB goes down, you deserve what you get. Well, this is the dynamic of Glenn and Muji that is really unknown here. Like, is Glenn pushing behind the scenes to get a veteran? And is Muji like, I know I'm kind of safe here. Gino goes down. I want to see Klubnik. That's what we don't know. And that's a question for the people behind the scenes on how that unfolds. Or maybe they just both think, Glenn and Muji, Klubnik's ready for the role. But I'm with you, Doc. If I'm Aaron Glenn and my ass is on the line and I'm one hit from a day 3, 4th-round rookie quarterback having to come in and save my ass, I wouldn't feel great about it.
Okay, so suppose Gino goes down with something like the ankle soreness that he dealt with on Friday that he had to miss. Who would you feel more confident in starting that one game? Andy Dalton, Mason Rudolph, someone of that ilk, or Cade Klubnik?
And it's early in the season?
Week 4, let's say. Week 4.
I'd feel better about Dalton or the other veteran.
That's where I'm at right now. Like, I think if you're talking about a long period, let's say
if it's after, let's say, like week 12, I would go with Klubnik at that point because he's learned a little bit, he's played a lot in college. I just think you're asking a lot to throw a rookie day 3 pick out there.
That's where my main question lies and my concern if they have already made this decision that they're going to roll with Klubnik, right? If it's a situation like last year where the season's over by week 12, like I'd rather see Cade Klubnik just finish the year and evaluate him on something to close the season compared to throwing a veteran in there who is not going to return, what he is. But in terms of like if the Jets are 2-1, dare I say, entering week 4 or even 1-2 and looking to get back to 500, like I want the veteran in there who's done it before, who has experience in Dalton's case working under Frank Reich and knows the crux of that system. Although, as you mentioned, some of it has changed and evolved over the past few years. I want the veteran who has done it before in there, not the 4th-round rookie who isn't coming off the greatest of his college seasons. Well,
here's the thing too. I want to give Klubnik a chance to actually develop. And I think just throwing him out there is tough. Yeah. Let him sit, let him chill, let him watch before you have to throw him out there.
I agree. Like the question I keep coming back to is if he could be the long-term QB2, not necessarily this year. If he's the 3, but he's the 2 for the next 6 years, that's a win in the 4th round, Jake.
Lou B wants to know, Connor, how do you feel about Jamal Pritchett?
Well, Lou, I'm a big Pritchett fan. Dating back to last year, I liked him once they signed him and just had the role that I thought he could play. He's not going to make the team this year just because of the logjam they have at receiver. And luckily having their 2 established guys in Jamal Pritchett and Kene Nwangu, I mean, I could see him sticking around on the practice squad just because, Jake, we know the Kene Nwangu injury history and the hamstring issues. And if he goes down, it's always good to have a star like Pritchett who has done it before, just waiting on your practice squad so you can elevate him and he can replace the role of Kene Nwangu. Or something I pointed out before the preseason game, maybe they go the Brandon Codrington route. Maybe he delivers 2 really solid preseason games, follows what he did last Friday, and you get a pick for him. But right now, honestly, I think the best course of action is keeping him on the practice squad because, look, the Jets special teams was their calling card last year, Jake, and Nwangu went down time in and time out. You want to have someone waiting there to kind of step up and pick up the slack if that does happen. I think Pritchett could be that guy.
Big fella with a super chat. Not only is it important week 1 because of how we started last year, but ended poorly too. Week 1 is extremely important. Again, the lasting memory Jet fans have of Aaron Glenn coaching is wrapping up a stretch where they lost their last 5 games by an NFL record 23 or more. That's never happened. So it'd be one thing if they lost week 1. God forbid they somehow get destroyed by the Titans week 1. You could kiss Aaron Glenn and the staff goodbye. I mean, that's all I need to see if that's what ends up happening.
If you actually think about it, Jake, I'm kind of replaying this. The schedule is pretty similar to last year, just in terms of the start, right? Like you have the revenge game week 1, different storyline this year, but nevertheless, still a revenge game for guys on the Jets side. In the case of Tavondre Sweat and Jarvis Brownlee, and then Saleh coming back against his old team. And then, like, if you lose that, it's going to be tough to bounce back. Last year, it was the Bills and the Bucks in weeks 3 and 4. This year, you have the gauntlet of the Packers, the Lions, and the Bears back to back to back. So The worst case, you get off to a poor start. Last year was the moral victory thing, and then things just spiral out of control. You look up, you're 0-7. So it cannot happen again.
No, it cannot. Hennessy says there was no excuse for Club to not play more snaps. He's a rookie, and don't the backups play most of the snaps? Dart played in the second quarter. Shake my head. Yeah, of course. And just look around the league. Look at all the rookies who played significant snaps over the weekend. All of them played more than Cade Klubnik. All of them.
Yeah. Carson Beck, Drew Alar, everyone who we saw out there.
Mendoza.
Yeah, Mendoza. He was the number 1 pick, by the way. So I think getting these reps for Klubnik, and even if the Jets have made the decision, just allowing the public eye to further evaluate him, I think is essential.
Jetstream says, when cuts start to happen, what position would you like to see the Jets address first? Great question. Connor, you get the first word.
Interior offensive line depth. Offensive line depth as a whole, but particularly on the interior. That has been a huge area of concern for me, Jake. The Jets don't have anyone backup-wise on the inside, aside from Max Mitchell, who's kind of a swing guy and has just started to pick up playing guard, who has started really played more than 30 snaps in the NFL, and that's Xavier Newman. And Xavier Newman has been unreliable. We know that. There is really no proven body in terms of interior offensive line depth with this squad. You have Chukwuma Okorafor, at least in the tackle spot, who's done it before. He started upwards of 50 NFL games, so you have that I think it's actually closer to 80. You have that benefit there. Landon Young, similar situation with the Saints, but on the inside, like Marquise Hayes, Inez Cooper, you're hoping those guys could step up. Let's face it, it would be near impossible, really, for the Jets to go 2 years in a row with their same offensive line combination out there for every snap of the season, for all 17 games, healthy, upright. That's probably not going to happen. So the Jets have to do everything they can. So when that most likely strikes, they're prepared and they don't have to shuffle pieces around, and you can inject someone who started back into the lineup, and you don't have to move Tippmann back to center and have all these gymnastics going on to make it work. You want to have someone who has started, who is just ready, you can inject, and you don't have to worry about into that starting lineup.
I would say safety is what I would love to see them address, because I think last year they did defensive tackle with a couple trades. I'd like to see safety be addressed either with cuts or potentially Darren Muji doing what he's done really well as the Jet GM, finding guys off the scrap heap out of nowhere and getting good value in doing so. So I'd look there. I actually thought the Jet linebackers, watching back the game, were a lot better than I was expecting. So that's good. Maybe they have more depth at linebacker, or whoever the linebacker coach is better than what they had last year with Eric Washington. I think that's who it was.
Aaron Curry.
It was Washington was the D-line coach, right?
Yeah.
Another great hire by Aaron Glenn. But anyway, I think maybe they have a little more there than I realized, but it still could potentially be an option for the Jets to improve there. But I'd go safety, and I do agree with you, interior offensive line. But every team is going to be looking for offensive line depth.
Yeah, the good news is those guys become available in the linebacker room. Yeah, the Ben Bowling effect, baby. Perhaps that is the.
That's the guy they hired from Houston. You know what? I heard good things from my Texans people about him. So maybe he's doing a good job so far.
He's young. I think he's still in his 30s. So he's definitely a young and ascending coach. But yeah, Michael Walker looked good. Even Kiko Mauinoa flashed. We saw something from Marcelino McCrary-Ball, although I think he is just. We know what he is, Jake. I think he's a special teamer, and I don't think he's anything really more than that. In terms of the linebacker depth, though, like I like it from a physicality standpoint. Like I think Mauinoa is really physical, and he's a great run defender. Same could be said about Walker. It's just I have my concerns speed-wise and being able to match up with these tight ends. Someone I'd monitor around cutdown day who could be a potential cap casualty is Patrick Queen with the Steelers. His plays kind of dropped off these past couple of years, but if you tell me he comes in as the linebacker 3, as a former first-round pick and a Pro Bowl level player, and he's the 3 behind Sherwood and Davis as a cutdown day addition, I could certainly get behind that. Safety, I understand. I think they're crowded there right now. I mean, they seem to really like Cisco, just in terms of bringing him back. Samini said it on my show. He believes that Cisco's going to have a prominent role this year. So you have Minka, Dane Belton, Cisco already as the 3 locks. TBD on what happens with VJ Payne. Perhaps he's a short-term IR candidate. And then your 4th is Malachi Moore. So if VJ Payne's healthy, you have 5 healthy guys you're going to most likely have to carry on your roster. I just don't see where there's room to add unless they make a surprise cut, whether that be Cisco or Moore.
Malachi Moore might not make the team. He was out there in the second half of this game, and there's a competition going on at safety, and he played all last year basically as a starter.
I would keep him around before I added someone on the waiver wire, to be honest.
They clearly don't seem to like him, because the fact that he was out there and not out there until the third quarter spoke volumes.
Yeah, which is weird, right? Because they actually gave him a pretty nice runway to end the season in terms of starts and gaining experience in that regard. And I don't know about you, Jake, but I thought he passed the eye test. I thought he looked fine. There weren't any major blunders there. It wasn't a very high bar with Tony Adams, Andre Cisco, and guys like Dean Clark coming in and out. But like, I thought he looked fine. He didn't particularly have any huge mistakes or anything of that nature. I'm looking at it now. 70 solo tackles was the 18th most among safeties last year.
Yeah, but he was out of position a lot. That was more so because someone had to make these tackles. They were getting through the D-line and the linebackers.
Yeah, but I mean, he was playing nickel. He was playing free safety. He was playing strong safety. Like, I value that versatility and being able to move him around, especially when you want to have Minka most likely settle into one role and do what he does.
I just didn't watch Malachi Moore last year and think he was very good. I think he was a product of being on an awful team, and he got a lot of play. He got a lot of opportunities. It
was also a fourth-round rookie, Jake, right? Like, these aren't situations that day 3 rookies typically get thrown into. Like, they're not typically asked to start 5 or 8 games, whatever he ultimately started last year, and potentially even more. Like, he was playing an abnormal amount of snaps. So I use that as a measuring stick. Like, the guy was a 4th-round rookie last year. So if he didn't make the team, it depends what happens in the final 2 preseason games.
Who makes the team more? Who's more likely to be on the 53? 4th-round pick Malachi Moore or 4th-round pick Arian Smith?
Oh, Malachi Moore, in my opinion.
I think Arian Smith's getting cut.
He could be. I mean, each year, Jake, there are like a few surprises in terms of who doesn't make the initial 53. I feel like Arian could be one of those surprises this year. It's unfortunate. I mean, our guy Gary loves him. I mean, it's hard not to see the potential in terms of speed and the separation that allows him to create, but just the production hasn't been there. The freaking drops, man. It's inexcusable. Do the Jets think of it this way. The Jets probably carry 3 special teamers, right? Aside from the punter, the kicker, and the long snapper. You have your 2 in Isaiah Williams and Kanena Wangu. I feel like the 3rd is kind of a battle between Stiggers or Smith. Who do they think is a better gunner? So maybe he sneaks on the gunner route, sneaks onto the roster via the gunner route. We'll see what happens. But just in terms of, even if he makes the team, the path to him being active on game days and having any sort of role offensively isn't pretty.
I think got to do this thing called catch the football if you're going to be a wide receiver. It's part of the job of receiving, you know?
It is. It is receiving, literally.
You could run out wide, but then you need to receive. That's the job.
Yeah, exactly. So
women need to vacuum and shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Leader of the Arian Smith fan club, Gary 3D Boxing, joins us. Hello, Gary.
Gary.
Both Malachi Moore and Arian Smith are making this team. Like, they're 4th-round picks from a year ago from this administration. They're keeping their guys. Especially
let's see if Darren Muji shows some balls. He had no problem getting rid of Malachi Corley, who wasn't his 3rd-round pick after only a season in the NFL. Let's see if Muji is the anti-Douglas, and he's willing to do what Douglas would never do.
Malachi, I believe in people, not in numbers, okay? If you took Malachi Moore played a lot last year, so you have more of a sample size on him. Arian Smith barely played last year. You don't even have a sample size on him. So why would they believe in a guy so much that they're going to overdraft him, face all that criticism of overdrafting him, not play him, and then cut him? Like, how that wouldn't make any sense to do that. Like, they took him because they think he's good, right?
Well, I mean, you draft any player because you like them when you select them, but that doesn't mean. But that doesn't mean after a year you don't have new evidence or a new coaching staff and you're wrong in your evaluation. They completely redid their whole scouting department. What are the reason why they took him were because of scouts and a process that they no longer even use.
Okay. I mean, that's the best argument against him. Malachi Moore's a little bit different because he did play a lot last year. I don't know how you make a decision on Arian Smith without him playing. Right? Like, if he would have.
I mean, they did it with Corley, right?
He couldn't play.
Corley wasn't their guy.
Gary, he couldn't play. If you couldn't get reps on the Jets last year with what they ran out there at wide receiver, That tells me you're just not any good. He might be a good special teamer, but I don't know if that's enough to save his roster spot.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Jake here. I think he could very well make the team. I just think the path is a little murky, and like things changed quickly over a year, Gary. Like they had selected Omar Cooper Jr. in the first round. They signed Tim Patrick. Like there's going to be competition towards the end of the depth chart. The Isaiah Williams emergence. I think people are talking about how that affects Omar Cooper Jr. That certainly affects Arian Smith.
I don't understand I don't know what's going on in practice. I don't understand this Isaiah Williams thing. It just seems like we randomly pick someone to love and pick someone to hate. And this year, Isaiah Williams is the guy that we're randomly loving.
Who do we hate? You're saying we hate Arian Smith?
Yeah.
He's just been terrible. That's no one's hating him.
Yeah,
he's been bad.
I think when
he hasn't played
because he's bad. And when he did play, I watched the pass that he got all 10 of his fingers on go right off his hands and right to a player on the Bucks for a pick six. Or I guess Zappy threw the pick six on his own. But you get my point. It was an interception that he directly led to.
That was not good. Okay, that was the only ball that went his way. Correct. I don't think they threw him anything else. That was it. That was his only target, I believe. Do you have any other targets?
He wasn't targeted after that. I think he had a target or two before.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he might have.
He was targeted before that? Okay, it wasn't targeted after.
No, definitely.
No more throwing the ball to you. Yeah.
Definitely was not targeted after that.
No, that was his only target.
I'm going to get you to believe in Arian Smith just like I changed your mind on Khalil Ware the other day. I'm going to get you to believe in Arian Smith.
You didn't change my mind on Khalil Ware, Gary.
Nobody cares about the Nets.
Khalil Ware is the most undervalued player in basketball. But I'm not saying Arian Smith is going to be a Pro Bowl wide receiver. Like
what are you saying?
He's going to be a gadget guy that can make plays.
They had that already. That's exactly what Isaiah Williams
is. Yeah, that's my point.
He's so much better than Isaiah Williams. I don't understand why.
I don't think he is.
How is he better than Isaiah Williams?
What does he do better than Isaiah Williams?
He's a better playmaker. He's more agile.
That means
he's faster.
He's a better playmaker. He can't catch the ball.
Well, all right, end around. He can catch the ball. I saw him catch the ball.
But Gary, Isaiah Williams,
Alabama and Notre Dame.
Gary, Isaiah Williams showed you some of that versatility that you think Arian Smith could do last year. And here's what I like about Isaiah Williams. I haven't heard that many people bring this up. He played quarterback in college, so maybe he could be like the Jets' Brad Smith if they design some packages for Isaiah Williams and creatively use him that way. He played quarterback. If someone compared him to Julian Edelman, like Edelman was a former quarterback too. Like we've seen this before. Brad Smith was a former quarterback. That's who Isaiah Williams, like best case scenario, could maybe be, like the Jets' Brad Smith of 2026.
Isaiah Williams,
he's a converted quarterback to wide receiver.
Oh, did he come in as a quarterback?
Yes.
Okay. I remember him playing wide receiver at Illinois. I don't remember him playing. Okay, that's possible.
Yeah.
That's possible. He came in as a quarterback.
He was he was a 5-star high school quarterback coming out of high school, obviously. Then he got converted to wide receiver.
A 5-star?
He was a 5-star.
Holy hell! That means he's one of the 32 best players in the country. Like a 5-star.
Great athlete.
Yeah,
which is he's undersized too. He's undersized.
Well, he's he's undersized. That's true. I mean,
he's 5'10".
Oh, is that all he is? Oh, I didn't realize. I thought he was like 5'11", 6 foot. Okay.
Yeah,
that's little. 5'10's little.
Yeah, which means he might be like 5'9.5". So it's like, he's small.
And then on Cade's the backup quarterback because he's clearly the second best quarterback in the room. If you guys want to bring in Andy Dalton, stop with the Andy Dalton thing. I have a Texas bias. Andy Dalton is just as Texas as Cade Klubnik, okay? It's not a Texas bias. Cade Klubnik is ready to do this. If you bring in Andy Dalton.
What are you basing that off?
What is the upside? What is the upside in bringing in Andy Dalton?
You have someone who has played in the system, who has starting experience, who can, as the example I gave Jake, if you're 1-2 or 2-1 entering week 4, can give you a better chance of winning a game earlier on in the season than Cade Klubnik does. Like, what tells you that he is ready? He appeared in 15 plays on Friday night's game. He threw 7 passes. Like what?
Because he's got a mind for the game. He's done this at every level. At every single level, he's overachieved. At every single one.
Like, so is really any quarterback who gets selected in that.
Well, how about Quinn Ewers? He's underachieved in every single spot he's been in. Is that fair? You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but I don't think that's a fair. Like, did Cade Klubnik overachieve last year? No, he led Clemson to the worst season they've had in roughly a decade.
Because they don't pay their players, so he's playing with garbage at this point. That is not that Clemson that we grew up on. That is not Dabo Swinney's dynasty team.
Sure, but if you also just look at his play. He got banged up. He got injured. There were a multitude of different things that went down. His deep accuracy was not nearly the same. Like, let's not pretend like last year was. Say what you want about the supporting cast. That's an element of it, certainly. But at the same time, let's not pretend like Cade Klubnik was the same quarterback last year that he was in 2024. Because he wasn't.
He was playing on a team with a fraction of the talent that he did as a freshman. I mean, a fraction of the talent.
But that,
the year before
that wasn't
he
everything.
took that team to the playoffs. His junior year, they went to the playoffs when they had no business being in the playoffs. Like, he's a winner. He can do this. He was born and bred to do this. He's been doing this since he's 5 years old. He can do this. He can play quarterback in the NFL.
But do you understand why maybe there are concerns of injecting a 4th-round rookie who, say whatever you want, his play fell off dramatically last year into a situation where he was one play away from starting and then having no one with experience in that room?
I understand the concern, but you have to understand we have our guy. It's just like Colt McCoy went in as a first year. He's going to be adequate because he knows how to play the position. He's going to be able to adjust. He's not going to try to do too much. He can play this position. It's the only thing he's ever done in his whole life is play quarterback, and he's always done it better than expected. Like, Cade Klubnik is not going to suck. I don't care what situation you put him in. He's not going to suck. How good is he going to be? What's his ceiling? We'll find out.
So do you think that the Jets have their long-term answer at the position on their roster right now?
Well, I mean, couldn't he be a long-term quarterback?
I'm saying, do you think Cade Klubnik is good enough where the Jets, when they have an opportunity to take a quarterback in 2027, should not do it because they have Klubnik?
I would say, like, let's see how those other guys look. If I had him, I wouldn't feel like I had to take a quarterback, right? Now, if the Jets are drafting an Arch or Dante Moore or whoever you like is there, that's a different story. If you're picking 15, would I trade up to the top 4 to get one of those quarterbacks? No, probably not.
Hungry Hippo says, Gary is so in love with Texas, but actual Texans see him as a New York parasite. They don't want you there.
This is interesting. My mom told me about this, right? My mom was born in Italy, lived there until she was 12. She says when she goes to Italy, she feels like an American. When she's in America, she feels like a foreigner. I understand what you're saying here. Most Texans love me, so that's fine. They do look at me like I'm a little different. That's true. They don't look at me necessarily like one of them, but we're working on that. And New Yorkers, they don't really look at me as a New Yorker either. So I understand what my mom told me when she was growing up, how it's kind of you're in between two lands.
Dave Briggs says Gary would be a horrible NFL general manager.
I said this 2 years ago to Jake, and I'll say it again. Better than Joe Douglas. Better than Joe Douglas.
Well, you famously said Joe Douglas should have been fired 2 days before he was hired.
I don't think I actually said that, but it sounds like something I would say. It's about what I would say, but I don't think I said those words. But I will accept those.
Hungry Hippo goes, fair response. I thought he'd destroy me.
Gator's comment.
Gator says, Gary, I love the Pride Bone shirt. # respect.
It's the Koji print from the Nets jersey. It's a Drake Powell jersey, Jake. It's a Drake Powell jersey. Do you know who Drake Powell is?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
No, I have no idea.
This is how we have a new babysitter. We just hired Morgan's replacement.
No, what happened to Morgan?
She's back in college. She went back to school.
Bring her back. Come on.
3 weeks ago. We just
got to work remote.
She's originally from New York too, and she moved to Texas with her family when she was 10. And she's a big Knicks fan. And I was wearing this jersey when we first interviewed her. She's like, I like the jersey. And I'm like, oh, you're a Nets fan? And she goes, no, I'm a Knicks fan. But I think the Nets are cute. What kind of that's such like a belittling statement? I think they're cute. Like what are they? Like your little.
They try hard. Yeah,
they try hard. I think the Nets are cute.
Yeah, they try to be that NBA team in town. Yeah. Also, so did you interview this person? What did you ask this person? I want to hear a Gary 3D boxing interview.
My wife interviewed her. I mean, my wife just kind of like took her and meet the kids, things like that. My wife is the one that does all that. My wife picked Morgan, so she obviously knows what she's doing.
So you didn't have to intervene and ask any hard-hitting questions?
No, I just asked her if she liked the Nets, and she said no, she's a Knicks fan. But
you should have found one of the 2 other Nets fans in Texas, Gary.
Cisco says, Gary, I will Venmo $100 for another Morgan appearance.
Dude, to me or to Morgan?
Yeah, who's getting the 100 here, Cisco? Yeah. I'll split it with you, Gary.
Morgan is back at school. She left like the end of July. She moves in early with her sorority sisters. So
Dylan wants to know, would you allow your nanny to vote?
Well, no, because she's not even married. She's like 22 and not married. So no, she can't. Which one, Morgan or the new one? Well, neither one of them. They're both like 22.
But what if Morgan got married and had children?
But then her husband could vote.
This one's from Beast, who says, Gary's brains are on planet Mars and he's lost his mind.
Thank you, Beast. Maybe one day I'll be smart like Beast. Maybe. Who knows?
Now, here's what I want your thoughts on next, Gary. So we received this message, a.k.a. Gator McCluskey received this message over the weekend from Beast. He wrote in, I bombed the toilet ugly, to which Gator wrote, that's terrific. What do you think Beast meant by this?
I think he had a liquid explosion there. I think it was, I don't think it was a well-contained. I think he's eating junk, and I don't think his stomach can handle it. Even his stomach, the amount of junk he puts in there, I think he's eating such garbage that his stomach can't hold it, and he had a liquid explosion.
So you don't think that Beast is a beacon of health?
No, I don't think Beast is a beacon of health.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Do you have something going on? Do you have a virus, a bug, or something? Because you shouldn't be. Your number 2 should be pretty consistent. It should be pretty regular, unless you're eating garbage.
Did somebody find him on a planet? Is this man? Is
they
this man
find
real?
me on a planet?
No, you're not real. You basically came with the aliens. As a matter of fact, I think I heard the aliens calling you right now. Gary, we are the aliens. We are your leader. Please return to the ship. We want you as our leader for the spaceship. UFO intelligence. Gary, please return to the spaceship. We want you as your leader. Am I surrounded by assholes? Hey! All right. Well, keep firing, assholes.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even know what that is in reference to. I don't even.
Spaceballs! Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, 1987.
How does that reference this? Like, how is that? It's like if I ask you, what's 2 + 2, and you start saying like banana, unicorn, unicycle, trigonometry.
Wow.
These words don't even make any sense. I don't even know what are we doing here.
This guy. If he look at Gary, I think he just picked up some plastic bags that can pick up his dog shit, boss. Ooh, good dog.
I did have to pick up my dog shit this morning. That did happen.
Shy. Mas puto. This guy must be on a Schwarzenegger going, hey, this is California. He sure must like that. And you wonder why he probably carries a stick up and you know what he's yelling out? No twat! No twat!
Yeah, I agree with Leon. This what is this? Like, I don't understand.
It's because you're crazy. You've gone completely crazy for Cocoa Puffs. Look at me! Wee!
Do you see the irony in Beast calling anybody crazy?
Oh my God!
Do you see how every accusation is just a confession? Like Beast calling someone crazy. That's extraordinary. Oh, that's extraordinary. Yes, indeed.
You know what's more extraordinary? Take a look of gun control that I got here. This is power. This is God, son. This is a certified power god of destruction. 272 pounds, muscle, tear, and destructive force of nature. A freak of nature. I might not be Sadiq, but I am the beast. The craziest, the loudest, and And when it came to college party life, who threw the biggest party 20 years ago and had, let's see, every beer on the roster from Busch to Budweiser to Heineken to the George Killians, even old style.
How about Pabst? Old style. That's a Chicago thing. How about Pabst Blue Ribbon? Did you have PBR?
Been there, done that. Keystone, drank it all. Shit, a kid. Used to drink Dessa. Used to drink Warstein. Used to drink Stahlemacher, Radenberger. I even drink Peroni. Warsteiner.
I thought you didn't drink.
I used to. That was 20 years ago.
All right, me too. I hear you.
That was 20 years ago when I used to party like a freak.
40 years ago. So when you were 2. He was drinking.
No,
he was drinking PBR. He was 2. 40 years ago.
You are way off the freaking ball. I said 20.
You're 42. 20. I think you said 40 years ago. Okay.
Oh my God, you are.
All right, 20 years ago, I was drinking beer too. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you weren't no freak like I was. I was more of a freak. Don't think I'm not stupid, son.
Great quote from Beast. Beast just said, quote, "Don't think I'm not stupid."
Damn right. And this, my folks, get your brand new Ultimate T-shirt.
Now that was something. What a performance by both Gary and Beast on the show today.
Gary brings up some great points in terms of Beast particularly not being able to answer questions directly, but I mean, it's always a blast watching those two go at it. It's like the battle, the rumble, whatever you want to call it, that never gets old.
Beast has had some great rumbles with Gary, Mad Max, the Nightbot lately. That's been a big one.
I am Nightbot.
Oh my God.
Whose side are you on, by the way, Connor? Team Nightbot or Team Beast?
Beast is my guy, so I got to defend Beast.
So you're joining the Dark Alliance? You're joining Big Fella, Amanda, PBM, Oscar the Grouch, Bonesy, Gator, Lou B?
Yeah, I'm joining that. I feel like except for Oscar the Grouch, whose identity remains unknown, I've met all of those people, of course, sans Beast. So I'm more than happy to join that elite level of company. And is it true, Jake? I've heard rumblings that Beast is coming to the Dolphins game that you are putting together.
He will be there. Beast Feast. If people want tickets, I'd go quick. We have under 10 left. Join the Patreon and get them. If you want to lock in your spot, it's $150 a ticket in section 146. Includes a post-game field pass. So make sure you lock in your tickets now.
That is going to be a sight to see with Beast at MetLife Stadium with the Asman. Hey, did Lou B coordinate this? How is this?
Lou B, Gator, Thunderlips, they're all behind it.
Is Beast flying with anyone, or is the
He's
flight
flying?
He's flying. Okay, so I'll put it this way: I'm looking forward that Discord content that will be coming out for about a week. That will be my entertainment / television for quite some time.
I want to thank Gary 3D Boxing for providing us with a drop that I suspect will be played many, 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 many times over the next calendar year.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Thank you very much for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Rick Kent, who won a Don Maynard signed helmet that I saw arrived a couple days ago, has gifted 5 memberships. He's in the Asmaniac raffle. Let's go, Rick. Let's go. We needed 20 names to spin the wheel at the end of the show. And because of Rick, we're now up to 14 names on the Wheel of Champions. Again,
there we go.
Kevin Mawai's signed helmet is our prize at the end of the show. Got some more great callers on the line. I don't know if you've spoken to this guy yet, Connor. Leader of Jets is up next. Hello, Leader.
Hey, Jake. Good evening. Connor, what's up, pal? How are you today?
Good to see you, Leader of Jets. Doing well. How's everything been with you?
Sorry, I'm excellent. I'm on the treadmill, so I apologize. I had to hop off earlier. What was I going to say to you, Jake? Oh, new sponsor, XCloud?
Yeah, you like?
You don't strike me as a chef. Do you have a specialty, Jake?
No, I can make the bare minimum. But my friends who are big on the grill, I'm happy to provide I'm happy to provide
bare
what
minimum
needs to be
is
done.
your specialty? That's good. That's good.
My specialty is ordering in, but that's not for the that doesn't really go well with the sponsor read.
Okay, that's fair. Are there any smoking tools for XCloud? I'm a big barbecue guy.
Yes. In fact, what they're sending me is specific for barbecue, so you'll hear me talk all about it.
Yeah, you have my address. Send it over. I'll be a great sponsor for you. I saw a post earlier from you today about what you heard, how you perceive, I guess, what Aaron Glenn, how he speaks about quarterbacks.
Yes.
Can you go over that again just to refresh my memory, and I'll get into my point?
Well, just the way he talks about the quarterback position, I don't think he knows a lot about it. Like, he's not like a strategist, an X's and O's guy with defense. And I just like him just talking about Klubnik the other night. It was just like another reminder that, like, when he talks about quarterbacks, I can't buy into him as a coach. Like last year with the Justin Fields, we're going to let him play quarterback, and we're going to unlock him, and then he hires a running backs coach to be the quarterback coach, right? Like, you just not having a clear trigger finger to get rid of Fields and go to Tyrod in that game against the Denver Broncos that they should have won and would have won if he made a change. I don't feel confident in him understanding that position, how to coach that position. And now you're going to let him draft a quarterback potentially in 2027. That makes me very nervous. So that was the point.
Yeah, and I agree. I'm of the school of thought. You want the Ben Johnson. You want the Matt LaFleur, the KOC. You want the QB genius back there. But what it comes down to is, why are those coaches going to pick the Jets?
Well, they got to be available first. Money. And you can't get those coaches. You hire an offensive guy instead of a defensive guy.
Well, even not those guys, but I mean the next guy, Ben Johnson, he was considering the Jags, the Bears. Like, we were in the running. Guys like Mike Vrabel. Like, there's a reason we ended up with Aaron Glenn. And it's not because he was the first choice. It's because the first choices were not choosing the Jets.
Agreed, but I think this is different in January. If you're sitting on 3 first-round picks, $100 million in cap space, you're an attractive job. Plus, there's not going to be 10 openings around the league. Like, by default, the Jet job, I think, will be one of the best jobs that opens.
And I agree.
And what he pays.
That was my ultimate point, is that's what's coming. Is we won't get the real coach until we have that, top 3 pick. The money will be fine. Are you an Aaron Glenn guy, Connor? I'm not familiar. I feel like I've seen some of your tweets. I thought you were older. You're a young man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. To be honest, I have little confidence entering this year. I was in the camp of moving on, cutting your losses after 1 year, and just finding someone new to then build the future with. I think the job would have been, you guys are bringing up valid points in terms of what it could look like this coming off season. But this past year, it's like, if Aaron Glenn got cut loose, it would have been one of the top jobs out on the open market, just in terms of draft assets, having that cap space and the luxury to spend that money and allocate it towards your guys in free agency. I think there's been a level of maturity off the field, in particular, just in terms of the way he's handled the media, roster construction, and so forth from year 1 to year 2. But now, as he gets ready for his second season, it's hard for me to find that level of confidence. And just looking back at what happened last year and how everything unfolded in the game management, now he's taken on an even additional role in terms of calling the defense. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. But a hot start is integral, as I've mentioned, and a slow start could cost him his job, leader of Jets.
Yeah, I love Aaron Glenn, the person. He still has a lot to prove, obviously, as a coach. I don't even know if he's a good defensive coordinator. He's just a cool guy. And I like that he wants to be the Jets coach. That's a rare thing these days. He speaks very highly. So, Connor, who's the first? Let's see what Gator has to say. He only walks on the treadmill during the call, jumps on right before or right after. But currently he's humping the space between the mattress and box spring. Guys can't exercise, I guess. I don't know. I'm a fat piece of shit. It's after 5. I work my job, Gator. Let's see, the treadmill rumble might be dislodging. This guy said I had what's it called? A toupee last week. Jake, do you think I have a toupee?
I don't know. Do you?
No toupee, but that's the second week in a row. I told my wife that. She had problems with, what's his name? Dave Briga. He thinks I have a toupee.
There's nothing wrong with that if you do.
No toupee. If my hairline was going, I'd go to Turkey. I'm not above that. But of all my flaws, my hair is not one.
Kick to the Shazols.
You ever been kicked in the Shazol, leader of Jets?
The Shazol?
Kick to the Shazols.
You've been kicked in the Shazol?
I really don't know what that means.
Mad Max is incredible, man.
Well, Connor, how old are you, bud?
I just turned 15 last month.
Oh, you're lying.
I'm not. No.
You've never seen the playoffs.
Never. Not once. Haven't even been alive.
15 years old. Well, you're way more mature than I was at 15. Good for you.
Thanks.
Where do you want to go to school?
I appreciate that. Don't know yet. I have some time, but there are a few schools I like. I like Villanova.
Sophomore year, junior year?
Yeah, going into the sophomore year.
You go to private school. You seem like a prep kid. You're in a prep school.
Yeah, I try to be as mature as possible. That's my way of going about business.
Okay. Do you want to go to journalism school, or just you're going to get a normal sort of degree? Anything? Have you thought that far?
Nah, man. I'm just taking it day by day. I obviously want to do this as a career, but whatever opportunity presents itself is best in the moment. That's what I'm going to go with.
Don't talk about people losing hair. There'll be hell
to pay. That's it. Guy credit. Got to give that guy credit. Well, Connor, I'll follow you. I admire anyone who's working as hard at your age. Were you doing that sort of stuff at 15?
Is this the leader of Jets interviewing Connor Long show? Did I miss this?
I might post this on my channel. Connor Long interview on the Jake Asman Show, but not by Jake Asman. I love it. You know
what? Here's your punishment, leader of Jets. Have fun.
I've been called a defense. The reason I got this job is because of defense.
Bullshit.
I love calling defense.
Bullshit. Welcome to the house of hardcore. Welcome to the extreme attitude era.
We have the young, kind man in Connor on. Impressionable youth. Actually, that's a sick jacket. I'll give you that.
This is the real deal, kid.
It looks good.
You know how many bad bastards wear this stuff in Germany and in England and in Hungary? Many. I wish unfortunately, you don't have the balls enough to wear one of these. This one cost me $200 to build.
You blew a trucker for that. Don't lie.
What the hell did you say? Oh
my God!
You're lucky I don't have a baseball bat to stick it up your fruity ass, because I will turn you into a fucking popsicle.
What was his name? How many were there?
Hey, asshole! Let me give you a little history lesson about reality in life. This cost me $200. I have two more here.
Where did you get $200 from?
$260. So how you like those apples? Hot
Where
shot.
did you get $200 from?
Let's go, kid. You don't have the balls to build this. Only I can.
Did you build it or did you buy it?
Hey, I built it all on my own. Nobody's help. What do you think? What do you
Nobody's
see
help.
Here? What do you see here?
Is that
Answer
a swastika?
the question. What do you see
This guy's a Nazi.
Excuse me? You wanna? I got a friend of mine right
Oh
here.
my God!
You want to get cracked with this, buddy? I sure love to crack it upside your freaking head and make you and split that stupid shit-eating grin off your face and make you look like a melon.
I don't have anything else, Beast.
Yeah, you better be drunk. Because I am
I
Clint
hear
Eastwood.
you.
You better remember these words. Did he fire 6 shots or did he fire 5? And to tell you the truth, I got myself in all this excitement. And this is a baseball bat, the most powerful thing in the world. It'll knock you right on your ass clean off. You got to ask yourself that one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you?
I feel lucky. I feel lucky.
Yeah, well, you're not going to feel lucky with me.
Can you show me the spikes on your jacket?
Yeah, and who put those in? Pardon-moi? Pardonnez-moi?
What language are you speaking? That's so funny.
That's French. That's French.
What is it French for?
That's French. English. Bye-bye, bitch boy. Enjoy the ride.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Way to show them how it's done, Beast.
As they all say, let's get back to the show with DJ Asman, and Cool Hands Connor Long. Cool Hands.
Yeah, B, sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Cool Hands Connor Long.
Got to put that on my my Twitter bio now, like Mike Farrell, Nick Faria. Might have to throw in Cool Hands Connor Long. I like that.
Jetpack 615 is up next. Hello, Jetpack.
What's up, Jake? How we doing, my guy?
What's up, dude?
Just chilling, bro. Just got home. Do we have any updates on the Brees Hall injury? Do you know if he'll be ready for week 1?
There's no. Glenn said he doesn't think it's serious. He's getting imaging done. Until we get the imaging, I'm not going to say one way or another how long he's going to be out for. Again, there's enough time where if it's a couple weeks, he'll be ready, but that's if it's a low-end groin strain.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can maybe not have Braylon Allen returning kicks in the meantime because we may need him.
Yeah, don't want to run that back again, right?
Oh, my God. Dude, Beast Breaker is so funny, bro. Like, imagine just tuning into your show for the first time. You're like, oh, a Jets podcast. Next thing you know, he's like got the wife beater on with the stomach and the jacket, threatening people with a bat.
I've gotten that message for some people because we had a bunch of new subscribers. Our post-game show had over 20K. We had one of my shorts a couple weeks ago had 120,000 views, which is the most I've ever gotten on a piece of Jet content. Nuts. So we gained a ton of subs from that, and like some of the people are like, "What the hell did I just stumble upon?" And it's very funny.
Amazing. It's like a part 1 and a part 2 to every show. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Come for the Jets talk and stay for the crazy. I'm always here for it. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, I saw that Mo Bamba isn't going to be playing the rest of the preseason. Possibly that's kind of a bummer. Kind of wanted to see a little bit more out of him. And then like we talked about over the weekend, it would have been cool to see Cade, play longer. See a lot of clips of these other quarterbacks like Ty Simpson, stuff like that had a really cool preseason. It would have been nice to see maybe him get more than what was it, like 7 passes or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Seemed like giving him at least a half or just giving him until halftime, I think would have been really cool. But we'll see what happens if Geno gets the start again this weekend. Maybe we can see a little bit more out of Club.
Amen. Good call, Jetpack. We'll see you in Nashville pretty soon. Hopefully he plays a lot more, Connor, but I don't know if I trust this coaching staff to do the right thing with quarterback reps.
Yeah,
what I just watched.
You want to get to a point at least where he's played, want to say like attempted 30 passes by the end of the preseason. So you just have at least like some of the sample size to look back on, and the most valuable reps we're going to see are him running with the first team. But at the end of the day, Jake, let's just hope he or no other Jets QB2 has to see action or any backup in the QB room, and you're just able to roll with Geno for 17 games, and that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, though, think back to 23 when the Jets had no stable backup plan, and Rodgers freaking goes down 4 plays in, and you're stuck with the hellhole that's Zach Wilson for another year.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Del Mondo's in the chat. If you don't know Lou, he's behind Game Day Flight Crew, which is an awesome, awesome Jet fan group, supporter club. We're taking Nashville with Game Day Flight Crew. Our tailgate tickets are on sale now. They've been on sale. Use the link in the description. It's GameDayFlightCrew.com. Code Jake, and you'll save $10 on your tickets. RSVP to Barstool Nashville the day before. No cover charge if you RSVP through me. Both links are in the description for all my videos the last couple of months. So lock in your spot if you come to Nashville. Lou writes in, it's a win-win season for the Jets either way. If we win and develop this team, that's exactly what we've been craving. And it also means Glenn has proven he's developing into a better coach. And then his follow-up comment was all about, if we suck, we get a new coach and we have a top pick, yada, yada, yada. I agree. This season hopefully doesn't hurt as much as other ones if they're awful. I have very low expectations. This is probably the lowest of expectations I've had for a Jet season in years, like maybe 2019. But even that was like Darnold year 2 with Gase. So
yeah,
2020, I guess there was COVID. It was maybe that year.
Even 21 was a first-year head coach with Saleh.
So unknown, Number 2 pick. You see quarterbacks sometimes come in and look good, so you don't know. Yeah, this is probably the lowest that I can remember as far as expectations I have. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll go nuts if they looked awful week 1, but if they're bad, I expect them to be bad. So we'll see just how bad it actually ends up being.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the thing with Lou's comment is I understand that approach, and I think that is a good approach into the year. But like we said the same thing last year too. So the way that I've kind of come to it is the Jets are a year behind schedule with Aaron Glenn. This is make or break for him. This is make or break for the rest of the coaching staff. Gino's career, to be honest with you. So you just got to hope that whether it's Glenn, Muji, or a completely different regime, that you have the right guy in place, not only to select the right quarterback, but also develop him.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you're just joining us. Yankees Rock writes in, Connor's voice is getting deeper with every hair growing out of his chin.
I don't think I have chin hair unless I'm crazy, but thank you, I guess. I typically don't know how to respond to those comments, but thank you, I presume.
Uno Jets writes in, Jake put me in. Let's go Jets 9-8. All right, you're in for 2. Uno Jets. We love it. Ladies and gentlemen, our latest Patreon subscribers on the line. Ron L joins us next. Hello, Ron.
Hey, Jake. Yeah, so my son helped me do it, but I went on there. I don't know what I'm doing in there. So he had to leave. So he said, I'll help you out a little later as far as what else to do and to gift things and stuff. So anyway, so I'm just starting. I went on there. I saw these little, I didn't know what to do.
We'll get you in there. Ron, just have him help you connect to the Discord. That's it. All right.
I did. Yeah, I did that. He said I had to download the Discord app, so I did that. And so I did that. I have that, and I did sign up, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. So he's later on tonight. He's going to help me out, just so you know. And I just don't have time to do all that stuff. So I don't. He'll sit there. He'll yell at me. He goes, "Come on, just listen." He's the one that had the girls sitting on his shoulders at HQ. But he doesn't do that anymore. Anyway,
what a great gig.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I bust his balls about that all the time. He was, he had a good time there for sure. He with Lou B and stuff like that. So, anyway, every time I hear you say that Aaron Glenn, as far as picking our next quarterback and stuff, does anybody know? As far as I know, he started out as a scout and all that. Did he ever scout? And is he responsible for scouting any like really good quarterbacks? Anybody know about his history as a scout or anything? Like and I know we'll have scouts doing this, but you're right. As far as, man, I just can't imagine him managing like Arch Manning. I know I said it a couple of days ago, but it's really, when I hear you say it puts chills up my spine. I can't imagine him talking to Arch and having Peyton come to camp and check on his nephew and stuff. Real players see through this, just like you do. Like we're seeing this, Jake.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ron. He had previously made comments that when he was a scout with the Jets, he said he was high on Geno Smith coming out of college. So that's the only time I've heard Aaron Glenn specifically talk about like his scouting days and reference to a quarterback. But so I'm not sure, but again, it's not even like his ability to scout the quarterbacks. Right. It's just to coach a quarterback and like understand how that guy gets developed. Like listen to Steve Young talk about coaching a young quarterback and how important it is for the head coach to speak the same language as the player. It's just Glenn's an old school guy who played a long time ago, who I don't think understands modern NFL concepts at that position. I don't buy it. Listen to how he talks about quarterbacks and then listen to some of the top coaches around the league talk about that position, and it's like they're speaking a different language.
I agree. It scares me because this is our opportunity coming up, and we've suffered for years, and we finally have a real shot. I know I brought it up the other day. It's going to be a sought after job. You said earlier, it really is. We're going to have a shot. I mean, there's like a bunch of good quarterbacks coming out, and I know it could go the other way, but this is going to be one of those drafts. I really believe that, and I just don't want some bullshitter up there, bullshitting Woody and being in charge of the next quarterback coming out and just wasting a year as a coach. Then they'll get rid of him. I just hope it doesn't happen. And Connor, one day we'll be able to say, I remember when Connor was a caller as a little kid there. I remember your voice, when you first called in to Jake. So one day we'll say that. So you're doing a great job.
Man. Thank you so much, man. Ron. We'll get you in that Discord soon. I'm excited for you.
I'll see you later.
Ron L, check it in. Good stuff there. How about this generosity from Cisco Lopez? A $50 super chat. My goodness. Are you kidding me? Now, what does the super chat say? It says, before I go, this is for Beast to put someone in the hole, whoever he picks. Long live chaos. Well, this is an incredible gesture by Cisco. The question is Beast able to say thank you, not in Spanish, but in English to Cisco Lopez for this incredible gesture? We all will find out. The answer to that is no right after this.
I'm a cybernetism. Over conditioning, over endoskeleton. And to Cisco, thank you. Thank you. 25 years from now, you are reprogrammed to be on your Terminator.
How about none of this nonsense? Just say thank you, Cisco. End of sentence.
He heard me loud. He heard me loud and clear. He heard me.
Thank you, Cisco.
Now, Cisco, thank you very much indeed. 35 years from now, you'll be thanked even much more when you hear from the Terminator.
Thank you, Cisco.
Now, let's go.
Now, thank you, Cisco.
I said thank you, Cisco. Now let's go and ride.
Not with in English. In English. Speak American.
In English.
Speak American.
I'm sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on.
I want Beast, not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I love Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't care. Say thank you, Cisco.
You heard me say thank you. But thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was applicable there. But at least he said thank you one way or another, Jake.
Yeah, Cisco deserves more than that, but
yeah, that's
baby
valid.
steps of Beast. Omar, thank you for your gifted membership. You're in the raffle for one. We are officially over 20 for the show, so we will be spinning the Wheel of Champions at the end here for a signed Kevin Mawai Jet helmet. Ladies and gentlemen, last chance to get in on the show. Connor Long is with us. We're going to take a short break. On the other side, we rapid fire through your remaining calls and super chats right after this. The Jake Asman Show is brought to you by PrizePicks. Check out PrizePicks right now. If you're a sports fan, they have something for everyone, especially if you're one of my listeners and you're gearing up for the upcoming Jets season. For player picks on PrizePicks, you just pick a player you like and you go more or less on a few of their stats. Check out some of the numbers they have for some of your favorite Jet players. Geno Smith, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq, and many more. PrizePicks should be your go-to. And check out their new offer right now. Play your first $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you need to do is sign up and use that code HMA. That's PrizePicks code HMA. Download the app now or click the link in the description to download the PrizePicks app today.
The biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime.
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Circasports.com for all the info on each of the contests, including the Circus Survivor, $20 million guaranteed in prizes. Last chance to get in on the show. Dana says, I fully thought Beast was a Jake Plant his first couple of calls. Couldn't believe he's a real personality.
I'm not even going to lie. I thought he was like, because I know Gator's big into music and things like that. I literally thought that was Gator's friend who he had like recruited to play that role. Because Beast came in during like a bit of a dead time, a lot of down. And I mean, when is there not in Jets football? So I thought this was a Gator Plant. But then I saw a comment, Jake, that Gator staying 2 nights in a hotel with Beast.
Yes, this is true. So
the same room?
The same room. Beast is flying in to the same hotel that Thunderlips is staying at. The original plan was for Thunderlips to chaperone Beast. Beast was going to have his own room. Thunderlips' wife was unaware of all this. And then Gator said, F it. I can't miss this. I'm flying up and I'll stay with Beast for 2 nights. And I said, Gator, God bless. And Gator says he will do it. He'll be filming content, and who knows what exactly this will turn out to be. But assuming Beast gets through TSA, which I'm definitely concerned with, he will be there for Beast Feast on October 25th.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I think Ted's suggestion in the chat was accurate of not only bringing earplugs, but also a gas mask.
Would you want to sit next to Beast on a flight, Connor?
Probably not. I think there would be a lot of just like yelling and things like that. Like if it was anything like his calls in the middle of a bus stop, a bus, the grocery store. No, I particularly like to relax, sleep on the plane. I don't know if I want constant screaming and yelling next to me, but Beast, you are my guy, as you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if Beast can maybe convince Connor Long that he should sit next to him on a plane.
Beast, like Robo Beast.
We got to get you one of these, Connor. We got to get you one of these.
You made it though, right, Beast? Can you make one for me?
200. Hey, this one was $200. The other one I have here in blue is 200. The one in black is $260. That's
okay. What's the difference between the blue and the black?
The black one had a little bit more value because of everything going up because of revenue and tax.
But why wouldn't the other ones therefore go up as well?
Because of you want quality. You want good gene quality. Like this is good gene quality.
So the other one is better quality.
No, everything's all good quality. Come on. In the back. There you go. You see the back? That's hard work. See the front?
Hey, Beast, is Bowser your favorite character from the Mario franchise?
Come on, you know who my favorite star is. Kling! It's me, Mario.
Da 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 da. Hey, Connor, do kids your age still play Mario Kart?
No, I actually used to. I kind of miss it, low key. I used to play it on the Switch.
That's
when
the best.
I was like 7.
Grew up on that game.
Incredible.
At camp when I was a counselor, I'd wreck my campers on the Nintendo DS and that.
Dude, one of a kind. I'll put it that way.
Hey, I do got Yoshi. I got Donkey Kong. Yes, I do.
So, Beast, is your attic like half storage unit too? What are the confines like beyond what we can see in the camera?
Everything here is worldwide, global, Greek, Polish, everything there international. Everything you see here, rare to hard to beat. Mario 3, Mario Kart, the Godfather.
Hey, Beast, is it true your toys come to life when you go to sleep?
Hey, who's this right here? And he tells it like it is. It's Donkey Kong. This was also the founding fathers of Nintendo. Who do you think brought it to life? Come on. Super Nintendo was very lucky to make Donkey Kong Country. I'm still looking for his partner, Diddy Kong. This is not going to be hard to find. This is $20 right here. $20 only. If you can find it at every game store in America.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Man, Beast is giving us some tremendous content today. I love it. Last chance to get out of the show. Last chance to get it on the raffle. Connor, I will let you run, but first, I need your help in reviewing some Charles Gorman at the Jets game tape that was sent to me by the great Jay Graves. So I haven't seen this, so
let's go.
Apologies if there's curses in it or anything, because I have no idea what we're about to play, which is risky, but I trust Jay Graves and Genergy. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you footage of Charles Gorman sitting front row at Friday night's Jets game, sitting next to Mikey Hulkhands. Hit it.
What did you buy to eat?
I bought some Swedish fish, a shortage edition, and it would taste good.
What do you think of this game so far?
It's fun. The cover looks solid so far. We had a couple of mistakes, not necessarily like bad, like turnovers, but we missed some throws here and there. But other than that, he looked good.
I agree.
I heard at the beginning he had Swedish fish, but let me run that back real quick.
Charles Gorman, what did you buy to eat?
I bought some Swedish fish, a shortened edition, and it would taste good.
Some Swedish fish Charles Gorman had at the game. It's good to know.
Yes, good insight there. I saw a clip, Jake. Am I wrong? I don't remember what show I saw it on, but there was something with him having like multiple bags of burger buns that looked left over.
Oh, yeah.
Can you confirm or deny what went down there?
I can confirm. Here's more footage of Gorman at the Jets game.
You didn't make it to the tailgate, bro.
Charles Gorman, how do you feel?
Dude, I love the entire field.
Yeah.
It's freaking great.
Let's go.
My first check came in about 5 years.
Let's go.
Hopefully we get some good performances from the players, not just from Jake Clubby, but from everyone around him. Hopefully they stay healthy, they don't get some too severe injuries, and hopefully we get some decency from them.
Let's go.
All right. And here's Gorman sitting next to Hulk Hands at the game.
He's on, Jake. He's on. He's on.
Jumbotron star, that Charles Gorman.
Oh, man. Has Charles found employment yet? What has gone down? I kind of stopped following.
What's
about a
more
year
likely?
ago.
Charles finds a job or the Jets make the playoffs, Connor?
I have to go with the latter, to be honest, because I think finding a job is easier, and I have my faith in Charles. And again, Charles is my guy, but man, it's been like, what, 2 years since we've been hearing about this job search? So
you're not overly confident?
No, like, I'm not. It's been 2 years, man. So I guess the employment, wasn't there something locked up at Burger King and then it fell through or something of that nature? I know there's been but Charles, I remember when I joined the show, Bobby had a job. I don't know what happened. It looked like he started his YouTube channel and the job kind of dissolved after that. But the Mount Rushmore of unemployment, is that what we're calling it? Remains fully intact, and I don't see it going away anytime soon, to be honest.
Yeah, look, it's one of those things where I understand people got to see it to believe it. But
Yes.
I am a believer in Gorman. I think he has what it takes to achieve greatness.
I do too, but man, it's just concerning that it's been 2 years or so and we haven't heard any updates.
That's fair. Now, I do have an update from the game.
Yes.
From Charles Gorman. This was Charles Gorman's halftime report that got interrupted by something we call a lady.
Oh.
Hey everyone, I'm with the lovely ladies, Jennergy and Jay Graves. Jets are up 13-10 at the half.
Go!
Bailey Zappi sucks.
You're a YouTube channel?
Yes.
And you're on the double crown.
Yes.
Go shopping. Go shopping. Go shopping.
Coming back, right?
Yeah.
I need you back. We need you to go shopping.
We gotta get some Jets here. We gotta get some Jets here.
We need you here, girl.
I'll be back. We're here.
I'm sorry.
I think I
Okay?
No problem, sir.
All right, over here.
My biggest positive today was Kate Klubnik. He looked good to me. Obviously, he made a couple, not too major mistakes, but a little bit of mistakes, like making some better decisions with his passes. Don't get me wrong, he didn't commit a turnover, whether it was a fumble or an interception. He went 5 for 7 for 56 yards. He threw the one pass he threw to Garrett Wilson was a thing of beauty. His first pass to Mason Taylor was also awesome. From what I've seen from Kate Klubnik so far is that he looks like a player to me. I'm not saying he's our future just yet, but he looks like a player on the rise. I know he's a rookie. I know people are still looking to draft a quarterback next year, but right now I like what I see so far from Kate Klubnik. Our kickers haven't done a bad job. I mean, Cade York made a nice kick at the end, before the end of the half. Cade York, I think he kicked both field goals today. I could be wrong, but the touchdown run by Brandon Allen was a thing of beauty. But the biggest negative for me is Bailey Zappi. He stinks. He's not a good player. He throws a terrible pass. To me, when he came onto the field, he kind of sucked the life out of this crowd, and that's a disgrace to me. And you may see me on the Jumbotron, especially some NFL replays. Hope you guys have a great day today, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Thank you, Charles. We never got a post-game recap from Chuck there.
We didn't.
Some great analysis of Kate Klubnik's first half performance there, Connor.
Oh, dude, I agree. My favorite part, to be honest, was the interruption from someone who was working there. Then Charles snaps right back into action, man. Chuck is incredible.
He's a pro's pro. I got some good Jet news. Connor Hughes reporting the follow-up on Breece Hall's groin confirmed the injury is minor. So Breece Hall will be out weeks, but not months, and that would behoove him to be ready for week 1 against the Tennessee Titans, I suspect.
Yeah. Good to hear. Good to hear, Jake. I mean, most positive update you could have asked for. So confirms pretty much what Aaron Glenn told us. Again, non-contact injury, so your thought initially goes to the worst, but now AG and Connor Hughes both indicating it's nothing severe.
That's good to hear. Connor, it was great to get you on this program.
Jake, thank you so much. As always, shout out to all the incredible as maniacs in the chat. You guys are the best. Jake, again, appreciate you as always, my friend. Have a great day, everyone. I'm sure we will cross paths sometime soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Connor Long. All right, I'm going to finish counting all these raffle names. We got some good news on Breece, so we like hearing that. Again, if you tuned in late, we got a Kevin Mawai autographed helmet up for grabs. We're going to raffle that away. When you enter, you're in the weekly raffle, which includes a Ken O'Brien signed Jets helmet, a Darrelle Revis signed football, and a full-sized Chad Pennington autographed helmet. Full-size Chad helmet up for grabs. So keep that in mind. Speaking of up for grabs, our new hat line, the Pain merchandise is out, and I saw we got an order during the show. So Matthew Finnegan, if you're out there watching live, shout out to you for supporting the program and buying some merch. We have hats and T-shirts available. We made about 100 of them to start, so get yours now at jakeasman.com/shop. Mike Dem's in the house. He's in the Asmaniac raffle for one. Thank you very much to Mike. Last chance to get in on the show. By the way, here's the photo of Gorman with all the extra buns from the tailgate. Frank West's Jet Santa Claus, Gabe Gorman. Plenty of hamburger buns to go. So Charles, I'm sure, is eating straight bread all week, which probably not the healthiest thing in the world for the man, but he's doing his thing. Here's the thing with Gorman. He's a beacon of health and efficiency.
I give credit to players who are not lazy. People think I don't want to work. I can't stand lazy people. I just had a bit of a nap not too long ago, too, so that didn't help. Fuck you.
It's a man's man right there. Now, on hold is a man that is just shaking his head like this over and over again. The guy who is doing that was on the show earlier, and we're going to hear from him again.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. It's quite extraordinary. Quite extraordinary. You know, women shouldn't vote. Just do laundry and vacuum. Extraordinary.
I see you shaking your head at Gorman there. What's wrong?
Well, I got both monitors on it, so I don't even know. I didn't even realize I was doing that. I got like tape of a fighter on. I'm shaking my head at, and then I'm just disgusted by the entire Gorman thing. So I don't know which one I was shaking my head at when you. It might have been Gorman, but it might have been the tape that I was watching too. I don't. Neither one was good.
Do you have an issue with this diet?
Jesus said men can't live on bread alone. I'll leave that at that. That's I mean, and it's not even clean bread, right? Like, I mean, it starts. Don't eat that. And then he's eating goldfish, and he's got a Diet Coke.
Swedish fish.
Yeah, Swedish fish, and a Coke. And then he wonders why he's like this. It's like, how about you clean up your diet first? And then see how much you improve before we start doing other crazy things and start popping pills like a madman. Like, get all of that out of your diet first. Clean.
Hold on, hit the wrong button. I wanted to bring on Gorman's ex-job coach, who's on the line, can provide some context here. Nick Shine joins us. Hello, Nick.
Gentlemen, Gorman's handler. That's the new job title for me. Gorman's handler.
You were the one who drove him home, I believe, right, Nick?
He'd still be in the goddamn parking lot, Jake. Of course it was me.
Well, he did Uber there, to his credit.
He did at 1:00. I got a text at 12:58. He's like, I'm on my way to MetLife Stadium. Like, Charles, we just left Good Morning America like 6 minutes ago. What are you going there now for? And then I call him at like 2:15 as we're heading up there, me and Jake Graves. And I'm like, hey, where are you? He's like, I'm walking around the lot, getting my steps in. Jake, when he walked up, man, he looked like he just got out of a built-in swimming pool. I felt so bad. I was like, Charles, do you want a water? Yes, please. So poor guy. But Frank West was tremendous. Like, he's emptying out all the food he cooked after the game, and he looks at Charles, and Charles is like, what are you gonna do with all those buns? He's like, you want them? I'm gonna get rid of them. Charles like, yeah. Charles took 60 hamburger buns.
What do you do with 60 hamburger buns?
Well, he froze them all.
hamburgers.
And he's been on the show the last 2 days, and he made a promise to me for the transportation. I told him I don't need gas money. I don't need a thank you. All I ask for is that you send me updates every time you have a bun, and we figure out like when it's gone, because he's going to have these for quite a time.
Yeah, like he's not, but he doesn't have 60 hamburgers. I guess he's freezing them, but he doesn't have 60 hamburgers to put on the buns.
No, well, we've made suggestions that I was going to bring him to Sam's Club to get him a 5-gallon tub of peanut butter to start having like peanut butter and jelly, like with it.
Okay, all right.
Like maybe a little deli meat, a little ham, salami, and cheese with either mayo or mustard, his choice, and see where it goes. But it was funny because I made the joke in the parking lot that we're going to wet them and squeeze them into his Asmaniac fanny pack. And as Big Fella was on the show that night as the closer, he referenced putting them in the fanny pack, and I called him right away, and I was like, "That's why we're twins, bro. That's why we're twins." Yeah, that's.
Does he have a special freezer just for?
Oh, he's very special. Your first encounter with him, Gary?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying, does he have a special freezer just for the hamburger buns, or like? I mean, that's going to take up a lot of space. 60?
He's not really a shopper, and he's more of a DoorDasher / Grubhubber than he is a grocery shopper.
Okay. So, like,
he showed the freezer last night on my show. Yeah. If
okay, so he's got
Gator wants to grab it.
B says that he can cook those.
He's got one standard freezer, and he's got the 60 buns in the freezer.
Yeah, regular fridge.
Gary,
regular
who are you more confident in cooking burgers, Beast or Gorman?
I saw that Gorman couldn't crack an egg, literally. So I guess by default I have to go.
Gary, Gorman is the cracked egg.
I guess I have to go with Beast. Like Beast didn't get to that size by not knowing how to cook. So I'm gonna go with Beast.
Yeah, Beast is grilled. We've seen Beast grill. Yeah. We haven't eaten it, but like I would never go near it. But we've seen him grill, right? Like Charles to me is more of a microwaver than a griller.
Do we string in the cheese?
Oh, that was
I wouldn't
me.
go next.
Nicky, what's
health reasons, like cleanliness reasons, but I'm sure he knows how to grill. I just wouldn't touch anything
can you at least enjoy?
I mean, I wouldn't touch anything that he made.
Can you enjoy life forever? Because you sound like one of them annoying weirdo ads on TV when you go, would you enjoy life?
Is
you
that
enjoy it at least? You know what I enjoy? You know what I do enjoy?
To?
Hearing a 2,000-pound mower.
I think he's just talking. I think he's just talking.
See,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Has anyone told you look like one man gang?
How about?
No.
I do have a question. I do have a question. The jacket. Mario Barrios, the box, is a good friend of mine. He has a jacket. I'm sure the patches are different, but it's the same concept. And instead of the metal things, he's native, so he's got like Indian feathers on it, right? But he's the same, all the bands and stuff, and he wears it to every press conference. Like he's so proud of it. And that's what is the deal with what is the deal with the jacket? Like what is like? Is it concerts you went to?
Did you ever go to Germany? Did you ever go to England? Did you ever go to Hungary?
What do you love about the jacket? Like,
have you ever been to Germany or England?
I've been to both places, yes. But,
okay. Well, continue, B.
Maybe you've been to one of the Rock and
I've been to both. I've been to many countries.
And you haven't seen what the shows are like. I've seen what the shows are like. See,
I'm asking you, those concerts that you went to, is that what
crazy bastards wear this stuff? Why? Because they're tough. Why? Because they're real men. That's the difference between reality and fantasy. You are fantasy. You are weak.
Very good. Very good. Very good. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grant you all of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and concede it. I'm gonna grant it. All of those things are true.
Here's me.
The patches
Hardcore
on your jacket. Are those just bands that you like? Are they? Did you get them from concerts? Where did the patches come from?
I like to. Bam.
Very good.
No,
good.
that's
Yes. I'm just gonna concede all of that.
Here's 4th and 15. Here's you. On.
Yeah. Okay.
4th and 15. What do I like to do? Wham! Ram it my fist down people's throats. That's
no argument out of me on that.
Your keep. Earning your check. It's called you want to earn your keep, earn your paycheck. You're too yellow. You're nothing but yellow. And I'm talking the yellow streak. Cowboy.
Very good. Very good.
Now
Very
get
good.
on your horse and ride.
Now, the question, I'm going to grant you all of that, right? I'm going to concede all that. You're 100% correct on all that. The patches on the jacket, are those from concerts you went to, or are they just bands that you like? What are the significance of the patches on the jacket?
These are the bands that I grew
So
up
they're just
with.
bands that you like. Okay.
The good ones that I know from all over the world. How do you think I got all of this?
I don't know how you got that. That's literally what the question is.
What does blood, sweat, and tears mean? Blood, sweat, and tears means
Blood, Sweat, and Tears was a band.
You know
that
what?
was a band from the 70s.
I'm going to send you out right now. Goodbye. Adieu. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dong day. And arrivederci. And good night, Irene. And good night to you.
Now look what you've done, Gary. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Well done, Beast. Way to use that free hole that Cisco gave you.
Wake up a little. Okay, I'm up. How about anybody want to play some Jenga? I got some Jenga downstairs. We can all play some Jenga.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Beast, thank you. We'll come to you shortly. Last chance to get in on the raffle. Nick Shine, stay right there. But first, Deborah in the house. Deborah in the raffle for one. Let's go. Lou Del Mondo gifting a channel membership. Let's go, Lou. Good job. Actually, he didn't gift the membership. He just became a member. He entered himself in the raffle. Well done, Lou. Thank you. Oh, God. Ladies and gentlemen, Beast is already afraid of the hole. He already turned his camera off. Look what we have here. Holy shit. Beast, I'm sorry. Mike Dems has paid $50 to put your ass in the hole. Any final words? Any last words? We all know you're there, Beast. Speak now, or it doesn't matter because you're going to the hole anyway. Last chance. Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Oh my God. Look what you've done, Beast. You pretended you had 35 world belts. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to cut you off and cast you out with the sodomites. So time in here will make you feel like you've been run over by the lane train.
Oh.
Can you hear me? You catch my drift? Give him another 24 hours to think about it and go back to reality.
All right, y'all. I do gotta drop off, Jake. I was interested in the jacket, but I guess he just got patches of bands that he liked. I didn't know if they were shows he went to. I was actually interested in the answer, but you know how it is talking to him. All right.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
I was saying, why am I in the hall? What the hell did I do? I'll take this opportunity to say the Nick Shine Show will be live right at 6:30 after Jake Asman here, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that you all tune in.
Can you hear me?
Nope. Don't speak tism.
Good job.
Thank you.
Kick to the schnozzles.
Hey, Beast, can you send us to the Wheel of Champions from the hole? Otherwise, I'm going to have to ask someone to do the raffle wheel for me. Nightbot writes in, Beastbreaker couldn't carry my boots or wash my jock, even if I paid him.
I am Nightbot.
Oh my god.
Beast, you there? Beast? All right, well, I got to move on with the show here. I got raffle names to count, so here we go. Is it true your toys come to life when you go to sleep?
Hey, who's this right here? And he tells it like it is.
Kill me! Please! Kill me!
Alrighty then. Big fella writes in, Gary, it's called a battle jacket. Many metal fans put band patches they like on a denim vest. Some add spikes and rivets for aesthetics. There you go, Gary. You got the answer you wanted. Lou Del Mondo says, Nick, great time at the stadium last week. Thanks again for the cigar. Go Jets. Nick Shine. Lou says, thanks for the cigar.
Oh, I was just replying to chat. Yeah, man. No problem, dude. Great time spending the day with you from Good Morning America to the tailgate to after. We didn't leave the lot till like 1 o'clock at night. So it was fantastic. It was a great day with everybody.
Woody Johnson. Good Morning America. Hit it.
J-E-T-S, Jets. Woo!
Shout out to all the Jet fans like Nick who were there. Jay Petito says, in the raffle, Jay, you are in the Asmaniac raffle for 4 entries. Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Kevin Mawai signed helmet up for grabs. And Major Poonage, we call him around here the Poon Man. He's in the Asmaniac raffle for 5. Let's go.
Jets. Let's go.
Major Poonage, thank you. If you got a membership from the Poon Man, make sure you say thank you for that. All right, I am almost ready to spin the Wheel of Champions here. Again, if you tuned in late tomorrow, only one live show in the afternoon on the channel around 4, collectives at 6, but I'm doing 3 hours of radio in the morning, so take over the YouTube chat for ESPN New York. And instead of us going live from 10 to noon, we will be live from 10 to 1 on the radio. On that note, I think we're about ready for the Wheel of Champions to be spun. The problem is the guy that would normally do it is currently in the hole. So let's see if he's willing to do it from the hole. If not, we'll go to someone else. Beast, you there?
I'm calling for Big Fella to take my shot.
I don't know if Big Fella's available.
I want him to take it.
Well, what if he can't do it?
I'm pissed off right now.
I get it, but, I still got a job to do here.
I'm not going to be satisfied. It's a joke. I'm sick of it.
I understand, but, we still got to give someone a prize here.
Big fella, if you're out there, come on up and take the shot.
What if he can't do it?
Who do you got?
Right now, you're the only one I have.
I've had enough. I feel shit coming. My temper's already hot. I've already lost my mind.
They're suggesting Nightbot to do it. Should we let Nightbot do it?
Just go. Just wheel, take it, go.
Well, we need more energy than that.
Yeah, I'm very well.
I can't see you too, by the way. How do I know when to press the button?
I don't want to go too violent right now because I already have a little K patch on my rib.
Put your camera on. I can't even see you.
I'm very angry, and I don't want to be breaking stuff right now with a bat in my hand because I'm going to go ultra violent.
So you can't put your camera on?
I don't want to go ultra violent.
I am Nightbot.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Not this again.
I am Nightbot.
Oh my god.
I've already lost my mind, and I've already lost my temper today.
I am Nightbot. I am watching you, Stormrocks 877. You will be punished and removed from the chat if you continue your douchebaggery, flappy tits.
Rejected. Sorry.
All right, well, the Beast, you can't do it. Thankfully, I made a call to someone I trust, someone that has been on the show before. Ladies and gentlemen, here to send us to the Wheel of Champions is none other than the general manager of the New York Jets. Here is Darren Muji.
As you know, normally the Beast Breaker is the one to take us to the wheel, but he's unfortunately not with us today, so I will fill in for him. I am here to throw it to Jake. There's great prizes on the line, so let's go to the Wheel of Champions. Go Jets.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Thank you to Darren Muji for the assistance. And now it is time for the Wheel of Champions to be spun. Everyone who entered across our two shows is on here. Only one can win a signed Kevin Mawai Jets helmet. Now, if you don't win, or even if you do win, you're all entered in our weekly raffle. If you're new to the show, and I know many of you are, every week on the show, for right now, it's Sunday. Once we get to the NFL season, it'll be on Friday. We raffle away 3 to 5 signed items every week. They're typically signed items. Sometimes they could be a jersey. Sometimes they could be, when the Knicks were on their run, we gave away signed Knicks stuff or finals jerseys, but you get the gist. 3 to 5 prizes a week. And this week's top prize is a full-size Chad Pennington helmet. But right now, a Kevin Mawai autographed helmet needs to be raffled away. And folks, you all see the wheel. Now the wheel chooses the winner right now. Lou Del Mondo, ladies and gentlemen, the architect of our Nashville tailgate is the winner. Let's go, Lou.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lou, congratulations. Shoot me a message with your address, and we will get that helmet sent out to you. Let's go. All right, that does it. I'm on the radio tomorrow, again, 10 to 1, live show on my channel at 4 p.m., and then at 6 p.m., Jets Collective with me, Samini, and BT. So we will be ready to go for that one. You guys are the best. Thank you for all of your support. Thanks to everyone who watched our post-game shows and all our shows since the Bucs game. We got Jets Steelers on Friday, so we'll get you plenty of coverage from now until then. You guys are the best. Love all of you. Let's go Jets. And I leave you all with a clip that I feel needs to be played on a day like today. Sit back, bask in the glory of all of it, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Let's go Jets. Beast, happy Cinco de Beasto.
Thank you very much. I'm doing a little construction right now, fixing something here.
Are you not wearing pants?
I'm working right now. I'll work here.
That was a close call.
Damn it. Motherfucker.
First show today, a lot happened. In fact, I actually received a lengthy email from Beast.
That's the straw that just broke the camel's back. I'm here for football and basketball takes. Enough of the Harry Potter shit that's blown out of proportion, and you went too far with the Azzies on wives, adding my mom on there. Just went too far over the line. It's like I try to be nice, and you just shit on me. You can take Harry Potter and the other shit, turn it sideways up your ass. And Nickelback is trash. My metal would destroy that shitty band in 1,000s of ways because my powers are unforgiving, relenting, and painful beyond submission. Don't play with a king who has immoral powers. And yes, I have powers. I learned from God and many other people I work with. And I'll be damned. If you want to go toe-to-toe with me, you don't want none of me because as powerful as I can be, you know how hard my life was, yet you make a mockery out of me. You're going to learn the hard way. P.S. Either talk football with me or beat it, scrub.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially at war with Beast.
You got to fix the internet up, man. We want to hear what you got to say, you know?
Well, don't worry. I got something to fix it. The very first part of the day.
Holy shit.
Who cares?
USA!
Good afternoon. I'd like one bag of dicks, please. Thank you very much. All right, I got my bag of dicks. Let's go.
Oh, shit. USA! Fucking diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. Woo! La Puerta Negra.